What the fuck?
There he goes.
There he goes again.
What happened?
You just DC'd and came back.
Yeah.
So the towers were crumbled, nothing left.
It's like it still looks like it's fortified, but what once was like a magnificent building with 7 towers, you can just it is just crumbled to like ground level. Most of the towers are collapsing inward.
I addressed the group, and I apologize again for attacking them, but I got my stuff back, and so I'm asking them why are they there? Why are they? Why were they in the forest, and why are we now at this castle?
That's Verdunza. You were the
I
original
keep
questioner, right?
forgetting that guy's name. Yes, it's my job to know what exactly. So, I try to give him a basic. I can't roleplay this whole conversation.
Okay.
Now, so I'm just giving him a summary. Basically, I was hired to move materials from one area of a town to a mine, I think, was it? Or a certain town. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'll just do a recap there for that.
Yeah, for a dwarf named something like Red Rock or something.
So she was hired by Gundren Rockseeker. Gundren Rockseeker was
Rockseeker, yeah,
tasked.
there's a rock in there.
Yeah, he was tasked to. He found something big. That's what he kept saying. It's like he wanted to get supplies to this little town. It was definitely mining supplies from the look of it, and he was trying to put together a crew because he found something. He was just going on about ecstatically, and then they found his horses along the road. They rescued his friend, but he was not among them. It was actually Gitsnik in Gitsnik's thing where they rescued that guy. So
basically, we're trying to find Rockbreaker.
And you think he's in that castle?
Also, like, supposedly he's been in there for, like, multiple weeks. Like,
I think it's been about almost a week and a half. I think, given the time.
Yeah, and we're just, like, side questing, fucking ignoring it.
No,
So-
we're not.
We're finally here now.
So you guys are.
There is no main
I assume he's dead.
I know, right?
I hate to break it to you, but your friend is dead.
So Droop the Goblin actually pops up, and he's like, No, we aren't savages. We don't kill. It's like, we're just keeping him as a pet. And then he kind of shivers. He shivers from the memory of when he was in a cage himself.
I lay my eyes onto Droop like I've seen him for the first time. And I was like, Droop's a goblin, right?
Yeah.
I asked them why they're traveling with a goblin.
The goblin just gasps and he faints.
He's actually the only one who knows the way to the castle, knows where it's at. He's been pretty helpful so far. I give like a little like low 5, and then a little crumb of rations.
I look hungrily at Droop.
He's off limits too. As I kind of like put Droop back on my shoulder.
No,
I look
he's
at
small
Drew.
enough to be shoulder size?
Yeah, he's like a mini goblin, like a stunted growth reject who got bullied.
Man, I feel like I've missed out on, like, everybody's, like, pet finding things.
Well,
So,
he's not really a pet.
Yeah, he was actually the goblin that you saw before that was bullied. You guys, like, dipped, saw him getting bullied, and then dipped again. You're like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I address Droop and I ask him if there's more of them inside the castle.
He's like, there's always more goblins.
Any idea what we can expect, like traps or anything, Droop?
I'm gonna do an intelligence check for that. Droop's a smart goblin. He's like, there are us little ones, and there are the hobbers. The hobbers are big, they're mean, and they're smart. They work together. I know there's guards. And he points out, and you see these little slits inside the broken towers that look like arrow slits. And he kind of points some of them out. And he's just like, that's where they watch from.
Oh, so they've seen us.
Oh, okay. Well, that's debatable. So we should when we proceed, we should try to do a cover like some thick brush, like approach from the thickest brush areas, is to avoid being spotted on our way up.
Yeah, I'll say there's like, it's not like a totally empty clearing. It's mostly clear of the forest, but there is some like, Yeah, there's some brush, some stuff like that, and you can see that it just seems like the towers how they're positioned. So it's not that. It looks like the area's kind of like if you were to circle, you just see the south and the west from this position. You see that the west has a clear entryway that was once like more grand than it's now, and that's where two of the main guard towers seem to be. And then the southern region, you see more of a wall, so a little less with the arrow slits.
Can you give us like the like super basic little doodle?
Let me try.
Yeah.
Is there a way to make your image bigger?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, you can, didn't you?
Yeah,
Maybe not.
yeah, but I think only Shane can do it. So I
Only I can do it?
Mine bigger and it doesn't.
Sure, you're not just drawing a penis shape.
Yeah.
God damn it! Everything that I draw.
Shane, the last game that we had, you did that.
That's what fucking towers look like. So you don't see the northern edge. So you're not. That is not seen to you.
A penis castle.
We can escape from the tip.
How is it? Whose penis looks like this fucking thing? What the hell is that?
What?
Okay. So this is basically what you guys see approaching from the southwest because you see the western edge here. This is what looks like it would be the natural entryway, and the southern end has this little wall.
Okay.
And there's like the arrow slits in these. They look very thin. These arrow slits.
Okay.
I look at Droop and I ask him, do you think they've already seen us?
He's like, you know if they already saw you.
I'm always up for
Like
more
my
blood
character
letting.
picture, Kyle. Sorry, what? Get away from my character picture. Sorry.
I'm just trying to reset like position everything.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry. Okay, so they have spotted us.
Yeah, it's kind of more like that. So there's like a longer kind of.
So yeah, I mean, do you guys want to go sneaky or just balls to the wall, fuck them up? I guess that's what we're deciding here.
What is this sneaky you speak of?
Yeah, I think for our group, I think it's
Cody, you're proficient in stealth.
Oh, yeah.
Alan and Iridonter, Alos more are pacifists more most of the time. Iridonta rarely wants to kill someone unless someone wants to hurt, like the Neothic.
Right.
Like friends, like, you know, stuff like that.
Okay,
And
well,
that's a good approach for our party. So
Droop nods ahead. He's like, Droop's a pacifist too, as he has like the ears of the bugbears he slayed.
so Shane, can I ask you, what does our group know about the people inside? Like, are they like an organization with a title, with a leader, with a goal? Like, do we know anything along those lines about the group of people inside the castle who have captured the person?
So as you can ask that to Droop, and he kind of outlines. He mentions the name King Groll, so there seems to be a goblin king that is leading them, and he keeps talking about the Hobbers. So you got the buggers and the Hobbers, and then the rest of the goblins.
Okay, do they have like a goal? Like, what is the purpose of their group? Do we know?
And he looks confused at the purpose. He's never really. He's like, it's a philosophical question that just hits him, and he's like stunned by the implications of. Like, what more goal other than, like, steal and eat? Like,
Okay. Alright, so here's my idea. Just because I want to get this to work. Alright, so, we roll up, and do we have our wagon with us carrying our shit?
nope.
Okay. So, we roll up looking like a band, and I convince the guards that the king ordered some entertainment for tonight, because I know that the goblins like to like drink and gamble and shit, so we can be like the entertainment for the afternoon, because the king is throwing them a party, and then we infiltrate as a entertainer group.
Do we even know if we speak their language?
They speak like common. Zergoblin.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
They do speak common, like Droop's speaking to you. Droop's proud. He's like, Droop smart. Droop speak language.
You guys want to try it? Because I really want to try and make that work.
Sure, you have the best.
I don't know. Like I said, like me and Shane have talked about Rast, and he is think like Dart size, like D'Artagnan size.
Right.
Mischievous, not well trained pupper. Like, I'm afraid he might mess up the sneaky approach.
Oh, well, I mean, we don't have to, like, sneak. We can just walk in with confidence, like, we know what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay, yeah,
I'm just like looking mystified. I've always wanted to be in a band.
Okay, I pull out my, fucking, what is it? My, what? Hold on, I gotta check the inventory. 1 second.
Oh, I can be the singer. I already know what song to sing. It's from Skyrim.
I have a... Hold on. Oh, my crowbar, yeah. So I get to show, Braska my crowbar. I whip it out and my pick of destiny, and I slam the crowbar into the ground. I'm like, check this out. So I play my lute, and the crowbar amplifies my music as it's like, it is a magical enchanted amp for my lute. And I then turn to Marissa and ask if she can add distortion settings so we can play metal.
I should be able to do that, shouldn't I, Shane?
Yeah, you could probably like mess with it, tinker with that.
Shane, as part of like me getting my stuff back, could I have some tribal drums? That's just part of my pack.
I guess if you had tribal drums, why not?
Alright, so I have my, okay, so I have my lute. Does anybody else have any instruments? Because I think I have a flute. I can give one of you guys.
I have my tribal drums.
Right.
In my bag.
I'm gonna act like mime.
I can be the singer if you guys don't make fun of my voice.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyle, you're like the translator that has to do signs.
Sign language is blind.
No,
You're the braille translator for the band. Okay.
That's fucking funny.
Okay, so
would be playing give Walrus a flute.
let me just sneak this flute in my inventory list like I had it the whole time.
Just
Okay,
I mean, don't you technically, as a bard, have 3 instruments?
yeah.
So there you go.
Alright, so I got that, my flute, and then whatever else is convenient later on I'll come up with.
what's the name of the king?
Grohl, King Grohl.
Roll, like with the G,
Like the singer?
With the G. Oh, I guess it is like the singer.
like David Grohl.
Roll.
No, like the name of the king of the goblins.
Yep, King Grohl. It is.
Okay, from like RC. Alright.
Ooh. So I before we enact this plan, just in case they try to check us before letting us in, is
Well, I'm not playing anything.
can
No, come on,
we?
guys. For my character, don't mute it. I'm not gonna play something stupid now.
No, I thought I had it muted because I couldn't hear it,
Okay.
but you just don't have it on. Sorry, Cody. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying is that before they let us in, like if that's a possibility, they might ask us to play something. So we might want to like try playing first together before we try it. We need to rehearse.
That's a good idea. Okay. So do we do a performance check here?
Let's see. Yeah, we could do group performance check.
Okay.
Okay.
Droop tells you, like, goblins like dancing, but the hobbers don't like fun.
Hoppers don't like.
Can we convince Droop to dance?
Droop loves dancing. He was dancing before.
Oh, I got a 21.
Let's go. You're killing it with these vocals, babe.
Alright, what is this?
So the lowest check so far. Oh,
Ooh.
Cody, we take the first number because you have the advantage rolls on.
Damn,
Okay.
that was low as hell.
Wait,
What's funny is the second lowest is Colin.
What's up?
Yeah, the bard is the second lowest performance check.
I'm the
I
highest.
know, right?
I'm the lead singer.
That's wild.
Yeah, so
Alright.
you guys. Let's see.
On average, like our average was pretty solid.
Yeah.
What's the manager, Shane?
The average. Yeah, you're the manager.
You'll be the agent.
Oh, here. I dig into my book bag and hand Marissa a pair of sunglasses. And I'm like, here, look like you know what you're doing.
It's some of that new age music.
Yeah.
So, what's your band's name? I want a group name.
Okay, so
Spatula.
no.
The Howlers. The Howlers.
I don't.
That's a
really
tribute
have
to
much
yourself.
of that power.
Wow, the ego on this man. He just shows up and takes over. He's like, I'm the front man now.
Guys, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to roleplay, but I can't because Howard's just so spatula, and I'm immediately like, no. Like Aaron Johnson would never say that.
Does your character even know what a spatula is?
I mean, yeah, basically.
I don't think Elris said spatula. I think Kyle said spatula.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I also want to get out my my golden earring to play the part a little bit more.
I'll introduce ourselves since I got the highest.
Oh,
score.
okay, hold up. I'm also gonna give Marissa Silas a deck of playing cards, so she looks like a more an entertainer.
So how did we sound, Shane?
Yeah.
So the bard is used to playing solo, and he couldn't quite keep the beat with you. Sushi just wasn't performing at all. Just like in the back,
Manager.
doing the Reaper tap with the foot.
That's it.
Yeah, the choir training in Umberlee's synagogue or whatever the heck it is, Umberlee's group. So Iridanza had beautiful angelic vocals. I'm not sure what like Elris would be doing for his performance. He's probably playing
Tambourine.
the tambourine.
I thought he had the flute.
Oh, if he had a flute, yeah. So he's playing the woodland flute. He's lived many years, and I guess he's practiced that one a little bit. So overall, to a goblin's ears, you sound passable. Droop's dancing, he's digging it, like totally off key.
All right.
We totally got this.
All right. Confident boys. I give like a little hype speech just to help us sell it a little bit better.
Did we ever come up with a name?
No. I'm trying to think of something hilarious, but nothing's coming to mind. So.
Barska and the Boys.
No.
I kind of like that though.
Barska and his howlers.
Yeah.
No.
Barska and the Howlers. Barska and the Howlers.
You're not even. I am the leader of this band.
You did a great job. If anything, Eddie should be making up the name.
Van Halen.
No.
All right, we're gonna say the name comes later as you guys are approaching.
Van Halen. It sounds awesome. Nobody knows what it is, right?
I just.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna allow Van Halen. I want something more creative than that.
Let's see.
You can adopt Van Halen. You can tweak it a bit, but can't just copyright that shit. I'm recording this. That's a copyright infringement.
What's the continent we live on?
The continent, Jesus. I think I know the continent name.
We'll be Wizards of the Realm.
I don't know if they like wizards very much.
I think it's called Toril. Yeah, the Earth is called Toril. This one.
Hold on. I
Wizards
think
of the
I'm literally thinking of something. Hold on. I'm trying to think of something a goblin would think was cool. God, I just had it. The fallen arrows. I don't know. Arrowfall.
Arrowfall. Okay. I can get behind that one.
Because because it sounds like a goblin. Like you can't just be like, yeah, we're the world's spatulas. They'd be like, what the fuck? You know, but like I feel like if you named something like masculine and like weapon-y.
Also, kind of out of game a little bit. Shane, did you come up with a balance for my my stupid OP rolls?
Yeah, I just got to get better.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So
The basic balance is persuasion's not Jedi mind control. It only yeah. And I also some characters persuasion's not going to work against at all because like if you try to use your flowery like pretentious words on some like thick-headed guy, he's just going to punch you in the mouth. Like whereas an intimidation check might be the thing that he needs. So it's like persuasion, like you're the guy that everybody likes, but it's not going to get you. It might open some doors, but it doesn't solve every problem. And then it's just I have to play NPCs better in order to accommodate those OP rolls.
Okay, so do we care about the name, or do you guys want to keep going?
No, I just want to get going.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. So if
Alright, so we start strutting. We're strutting up to the castle. We got our shit.
all right, you go right through the front door.
Yeah.
So as you come up,
Put on a British accent and go, hey, we're here.
I think since I have the best performance check, maybe I should introduce ourselves.
I have the best charisma.
Oh, well, true. Go ahead. Yeah. But, yeah.
so you kind of run up. You guys are just kind of like just flouncing into. You see this rotting door that's just fallen inside between these two towers with the arrow slits. And as you come up, are you playing your music or?
I feel like we should ask for permission to play for the king. That way we can.
No. We want to trick him into thinking that like we're already invited. That's mine.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't think we should already be playing. That's only music for the king's ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go up, you see, goblins are like out of the arrow slits. You see like little eyes, and they start to get all you hear like excited chatter from these towers.
I win as well.
And Droop walks in, and he's like, "Procession for King Grohl!" And the little eyes kind of squeeze into the arrow slits, and they're like, "Who's there? Who's there?"
How's it going, love? So we're here for the event. King's ordered some entertainment for you blokes.
For us, the king.
We're here to perform for King Grohl.
Such an honor, mate.
They're like, King Grohl? For us? One nice thing?
We traveled very far just for this opportunity. We've heard great tales of his strength.
Did he not tell you? He must have a surprise.
I'm sure he's very busy. So we can understand your mistake of not knowing that we were supposed to be here.
They're like looking at each other. They're kind of scratching their little goblin heads. Do your persuasion check.
All right.
Here we go, boys.
Just me. Let me do the talk.
It's with advantage too, because you guys are all helping them.
Wait, is it not adding my modifier?
That's perception you rolled.
I can't read.
So your modifier. So if you rolled a 13, so we're gonna just add your modifier, which is plus 8. That's a 20. 20 something.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're sitting there, and then they're like, kind of arguing with each other, and they're like, "The king, the king! Like, let him in. I don't want to get whipped. The king has guests. The king has guests."
Beautiful.
So you're able to make it through the front door,
Okay. Cool.
and as you come through, you see a. It's fairly dark, but the arrow slits and the crumbling architecture lets light in through, so it's dimly lit, but especially like the ones with elven eyes, you can see fairly clearly. Everyone else except for Elris can see not too far. It's like the kind of squint. It is darkish light, and you see a kind of a T intersection to where there's a
Can you doodle it?
yeah, doodle. Let me kill this
I
thing.
gotta go to the bathroom right back.
Alright.
I'm gonna move all you fuckers out of the way here.
Do me away.
Okay.
I've never played a place so So dimly.
So these are the like doors that were like smashed and you made through.
And you have pushed the top one.
Yeah, these are the doors. And you see kind of this little intersection thing. And there is a...
Wait, where did we come in at?
You came in through this way.
Okay.
And you see these...
I don't know what I did. Like squares.
These are the doorways, and they lead towards these goblin towers that you saw from the outside. And then there's another doorway here, another doorway here, and another doorway over this way. And the goblins actually come out. The goblins come out, and they just want to like see you. They're excited by the celebrity. And so probably like 4... Yeah, there's like 8 goblins that kind of scurry out, and they're all kind of like looking around you. And then they're like, play something!
Alright, do you want me to roll another check?
Yeah, you do it with advantage. We'll just have you to roll the performance, and everybody else is helping them there.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Holy shit.
Baby.
Oh, that was performance.
So you're able to quietly play just the most melodic, like it's just, it brings these goblins to tears as it evokes emotions they didn't even know they had.
Play Stairway.
And it's just like a soft melody. Everyone else is just in rhythm, like they're all feeling the music touch them. Everyone shares a moment, and everyone is moved.
Oh, babe, we should sing our song. Oh, how does it go? How does it... What's the first word? And then I can continue. Hurry. I don't love you. It's not the word I want to hear from you. It's not that I don't want to.
Okay, we'll accept that. Then we go. So they're so moved.
What did I walk into?
So as they did a performance check, and it was very good. So as these goblins, they actually start to lead you towards this front door area here, and one of them like puts out his arms and he's like, "Stop!" And then he like points at the traps that they had clearly set there before. He's like, "The guest needs to take the special entrance, not the front way."
Thank you for the directions, love.
And they point you to this northern door. He's like, "Come, you can eat there." And they scurry back to their guard towers and then send you in. They point to this direction as the eating room, refreshments.
Beautiful.
I go in, are we free to sit and eat, or is King there, or...
So as you walk, if you go through this door, you see another, so this tower kind of continues on here. You see another doorway here. These maps are so good, right?
Actually, I really like it because it gives a lot more.
It's really nice.
Alright, I will try to do more maps here. So you see another doorway this way, and inside here is just a bunch of barrels of rotten ass food. Like over here, it's just like a whole storeroom.
My eyes go wide. With disgust.
Fakest smile ever.
I'd like to, clear that out. That's with disgust. I might have a cantrip that purifies, but I don't know if I would use it on rotten ass food. Hold on. Let's see. I do not. Sorry, y'all. We're starving. Wait, will Raz eat it? Nah, he won't. He's too different.
Are you, how quiet are you guys being when you come into this room?
Eat it?
Yeah, true.
Shane, push the top.
How quiet are you guys being when you come into this room?
I'm fairly quiet as there's the game that we may be approaching.
Okay, so, what are you... So you see this doorway to the left. It leads to a bigger section of the tower you remember from outside. Another door to the right. And then there's these barrels here. What are you guys doing here?
Is there anyone inside?
No one's in this room.
No one is in this room? Alright, so I guess we're just kind of talking amongst ourselves, alright, so we made it in.
I let out a giant sigh and wipe off a bead of sweat from my forehead.
It's very, very well done, guys.
It's very nerve wracking.
You guys were killing it on those day one instruments. I'm loving it. Alright. What do we do now?
What do you guys do now?
We made it in.
I want to see, Iridanza wants to see how Raz is reacting to this situation.
He's like kind of curled up on your shoulder, snoozing. The song was soothing and put him to sleep.
So he feels safe, okay.
And yeah. So what are you guys doing here?
Alright, so I look at you like, good job, Drew. Any idea where they might be keeping the prisoner we're looking for?
Probably the king likes his prisoners. He likes to taunt them and make fun of them, make them feel really sad about themselves.
Oh, gosh.
I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, I want to find this king.
What do you want to do to this game?
Eat him?
Eat him.
I haven't talked to someone like you before. You're very interesting. May I observe while you eat him?
Sure.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to roleplay really well here. But
I mean, it's funny. Like, you can't help but laugh. It's funny. All right, so what do you guys? You're in this storeroom. There's a bunch of barrels kind of lining you. The door to the left, door to the right.
Alright. I mean, Drew,
Shan,
Nope, Droop just kind of, he's like, I haven't gotten this far. He says, this is VIP territory.
Kyle, do you have any, like, senses? Can you, like, sense?
I can try and insight check with my hearing.
Insight's only if you see someone that's to understand motives. If you want to, you could listen at, like, the doorways.
Okay. There it is.
You do have advantage on your listening checks, though.
Gotcha.
Oh, fucking killing it.
So as you listen to both doorways, the one on the left, you hear two gruff-sounding voices, not merry-sounding at all. And you actually hear Droop. He's like, "Hobbers, hobbers." And on the right hand, you actually hear kind of like the sound of pots and pans clattering. There's a loud goblin voice, kind of like shouting, like, "Scrub those pots! Stir, stir!"
so we're close to a kitchen.
Alright.
I wonder if the food in there is rotten as well. I say we go check.
I think going to the right is probably the best.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the kitchen.
Wait, the right? So
The right is the kitchen. The left is to the rest of the guard tower, where you guys hear two gruff-sounding voices.
Oh, so the right is the kitchen, the left is the angry guys.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the left.
We go to the angry guys.
So now that we're in,
Group vote.
we're still putting up this act.
Yeah, I'd say so. You want the act to be like, oh, sorry, we're not familiar with this area.
I think we should avoid the hoppers though, because he said that they aren't into fun. Like they don't have fun, right? So they might just get aggressive right off the bat, and they might blow our cover.
Where do you want to go? The kitchen?
I think we should try to go deeper into the castle. Like go
Yeah,
back.
I agree, kitchens.
Oh yeah, so the right, the kitchen might have another like doorway that leads you deeper. When we go past the kitchen. So let's look for that. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's my lucky behind it.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, so we confidently walk in. And,
All right.
we ask what they're cooking.
So you just kind of like walk into the door. You just and you see 7 miserable goblins all like trying to like just cook this food. It's all the food from the storeroom you were at, and they're just kind of mashing it in pots and putting it on fire. And there's a big fat goblin at the top, and he has this like chef hat that is like tilted and ragged, and he has this big ladle, and he's like pointing at him and shouting
The food or the goblins?
at the goblins. He's just telling them like, "Stir faster!" It's like, "You wouldn't eat this. I wouldn't eat. He's basically Chef Ramsay, but in goblin form.
I look really quickly. I look to see if the food is also rotten.
Yeah, it's rotten. Like, it's the food from the left. But they're cooking it up. And, so you guys walk in. Greg everything kind of hushes quiet as soon as they see you. And then he points the ladle, the head chef. And he's just like, "Who are you? Step into my kitchen."
Right, I was good to see you. Mighty fine meal you've got here. We're entertainment for tonight, blokes.
Alright, let's,
I'm gonna play for y'all some music.
do a performance check with, not performance, do a persuasion with disadvantage now.
Why? Because you hate my accent?
No, you're just starting to, as you get deeper, it's just going to get a little harder as you're trying to talk your way out.
With disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if we just waited where they put us, wouldn't they like take us to the king for the performance?
I mean, aren't we just here for that one guy?
We're here for Rockbreaker.
Alright, so we'll say the 17. So he's looking at you, his eyes are a little squinted, a little narrow. And he's just like, wait. Probably it was actually an 18, because you can't roll lower than a fucking 18. But he's squinting at you with narrowed eyes. He's like, "Guests of the king? Well, then we must feed you! Come to the tables!" And the goblins start immediately. It's like the scene from Be Our Guests, but with goblins from Beauty and the Beast. They're trying, but it's yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeg's like pointing with his ladle, and like they're all kind of like sobbing as they're trying to like lay out this food, and they're bowing and scraping, and they lay out a spot for each of you.
Oh.
And then he's like, sit, and he looks at you, he's like, "I insist."
Hold on, I shoulder over at Silas and I ask if she's got like any kind of alchemic like cooking, help she might be able to give these guys.
Well, this is their culture.
No amount of any type of seasoning will help for this matter.
Well, I take a hearty mouthful of what has been provided to me because as someone who travels after graduating from the temple, I would like to experience all cultures.
Goblin meat.
Yeah, you're gonna have a crash course with goblin culture here. Are you guys all like sitting down?
Have you heard of Balut?
Yeah. Are you guys all like sitting down at the table?
I definitely put
All right. So you're all sitting in front of your food. It's like turning green. It's the smells wafting off. They've cooked what they have cooked is charred black, and everything else is kind of mashed into a sickening-looking porridge that just.
Can I take a survival check?
That's basically what we're rolling here. As Iradanza takes the first bite, roll a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. Let me die. I'm the least here. What, a constitution? I just
Of course that.
It's on your core stat, the saving throw.
Okay, I didn't know. Alright, let's see. A saving throw.
Whoa!
You just like it's nothing. You reach for another bite. It's delicious. You're plowing through it.
I compare it to, let's see. There's that one Swedish food where they like let the fish rot for like a month and then they eat it.
Ugh.
It's like a delicacy over there.
Ugh. I'm very Western centric, and that food is foreign and grosses me out. Ugh.
Have you heard of balut?
I eat sushi though. I've heard of balut. Isn't that like intestines of
Oh,
a?
I know you eat sushi.
No. Balut,
Oh.
balut is a literal like almost ready to hatch boiled chicken still in the egg.
Okay, we're gonna pass that. It's probably the next pandemic comes from. So as you guys, or true, and then.
Feed some giraffes.
So as you guys are coming through, what do the rest of you do? Is that the chef is pleased as you're complimenting his food. He comes to you and he serves you up more, and he's like clapping, very pleased that you're liking his food.
This tastes amazing. Where did you learn how to make this? Please, can I have some more?
Oh my god.
Please spare a little bit for my friend here as well.
And he like rotates around expectantly, looking at the rest of you.
Oh,
Just take it.
mighty lovely dish, mate. I can't. I'm very, very pleased.
I make it a rule not to eat before a performance.
All right, do a persuasion check, Barska.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what? Okay, no, yeah, so the first one. So he nods and he's like, understandable, understandable. And he's looking at the rest of you.
I'm currently fasting.
I asked him if there's a bathroom that I could go to.
He like points in a corner right next to the where they're cooking, and it's like you see a pile of just rags, feces, and piss.
With a little more privacy, perhaps.
And then he's like, everyone close your eyes while the small one pisses. They all respectfully close their eyes.
I take this opportunity to take my invisibility potion and get out of here.
Who is that?
Cody's camera.
Alright, so you down your invisibility potion. And what are you doing now? So you're poof, you're invisible.
I want to go see if I could find the guy that we're here for.
Oh, nice.
So you're on your own now.
Does that mean she
While everyone still has their eyes closed, I hop in right next to Elvis and I say, "Take this, drink it."
I don't know what I'm taking, but I can fly.
All right, he's now invisible as well.
Okay.
Kyle's drinking?
Him and I go and see if we can find where this man is.
Elris is my first guess for people who are easy to hide.
I am just truly like Master Chef. What is this called? It tastes amazing.
You're selling it a little too hard.
What? I'm trying to make this like look good.
It's like you want to eat.
I do.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Never mind.
So as you guys come in, there's that door on the other side, so you kind of slip out, and you see a. Let's see really quick. So it just seems like an empty tower, and there's actually rubble here that leads to the outside. It's covered by. From the outside, it would be hard to see the covering. From the inside, you can see clearly that this is an exit.
Should Marissa and Kyle be in the secret channel of secrets since we are separated?
Yeah, but that's actually not fun. I feel like you guys get bored, and then they get bored, because I'm just going to bounce between you. Splitting the party is both risky and a tricky dungeon master thing, so we're just going to try it. I think it's...
Okay.
Just act as if you don't know the knowledge. Unless you guys had done something to communicate distant.
No, I didn't have to put a message.
So you see, this room just seems to be like a hidden entrance, but now it's an exit that you can see clearly. And there's like just some other kind of like supplies kind of like piled into the corner here. And then there's a door this way. And door this one. This one. It's door this way. Let's see really quick.
So this is me and Marissa,
Is
correct?
this a
For Silas?
completely empty room?
No, so this room here that you're in, the north side is
What
rubble.
is here? What is this room here that you're in? Like, I don't know what
The one I'm making dots in. So this thing up here, yeah, so this was the kitchen you guys were in. So you're in the kitchen here. You guys have approached this room here.
Okay.
So let me here. That's where you're at. Plop. This is an exit to the north that you can see clearly from the inside, but outside it was like hidden by rubble. And then there's a doorway to the south, and there's also some supplies like kind of laying around here.
What kind of supplies? Like rations?
You can do a check.
What kind of check?
Yeah, what kind of check?
Perception or investigation, your choice.
I'll do. Well, I'll do
I
investigation.
will also do investigation, that is.
Okay.
When I am proficient.
Then you go ahead and do it. I'm not proficient, so I can't help you.
Yeah, I feel like a perception check.
Okay.
Better for all
And,
of us.
Oh, okay. So you actually find it's like a set of gear, kind of like some like chainmail armor and a sword. And with that investigation check, you actually kind of can size it up, and you recognize it as almost like it would have fit the exact proportions of Sildar Hallwinter.
So this is sort.
Sorry, let's go.
And then
This sword belongs to Sildar.
We can assume he was in this room at some point.
Do you think?
Go down south?
yeah, south is the only exit here. It's kind of like not even a door. It's like the door that was once there is just everything's a little caved in. But yeah, it was once a door. It's almost like a curtain drawn over it.
Okay, I want to lift that curtain just in case.
Okay, so as you kind of like lift the curtain and peek inside, it's dimly lit by candles all over. Let me draw it out really quick. So it's like another room here, and this isn't all proportioned because like as I'm drawing, so it's not like a 1-to-1 ratio. Just so you guys know there. So I might have to like erase to restructure. So you see a room here. There's like candles lit everywhere, and in the center there's an altar, and you see goblins in robes. One in the central robe, and they just keep chanting "Booyag, Booyag," and so there's 3 goblins in robes, as these like dimly lit candles everywhere, and there's like a statue of what looks to be some human god in the center, like a human goddess,
Oh my god, come get me.
and they're doing some sort of like ritual thing. What it looks like around it, they keep chanting "Booyag."
Do you recognize that statue at all? Well, I guess you can't. I described the statue.
Can I make a check on like anything that like what they're
Religion, maybe?
It probably would be a
I can.
yeah, it would probably be a religion check. Or if you knew of goblin, if you knew anything about goblins, I would allow like a check on that. But if you don't know about goblins, then and that's basically their language, their culture.
Yeah.
Let's do a religion.
Yeah, I don't think I would allow it either, because if you don't know what it is, no, because if you don't have any history or experience with it, you're not going to recognize it anymore.
How about I get up and follow you guys?
You have no idea what's going on here, Donzo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm the only one who can do a religion check.
Yep, but unfortunately, you're not there.
Perhaps something
So we're just gonna go ahead and.
like a dumb bitch.
Well, so is there no other exits from that way?
You see on this one, yeah, there's an exit. Let me change colors. This color sucks.
Kind of hard to see. It gets kind of already orange.
Yeah, so there's another seemingly exit here with a curtain. And then, yeah, it just seems like this is kind of a room here with this exit down here.
They've been worshipping me the entire time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm eating. This is the kitchen, right?
Oh, no, where I am. The room I'm in.
Yeah, and near the statue, there's like a brazier of fire that they're trying to light, and you see like an object in there that they're trying to like catch on fire.
What is the object?
You're a little too far away to see.
Well, I mean, I get closer. I'm invisible.
Okay. But invisibility does not mean you're immune to like smell and like sound and all that. So
Well, I'm not gonna
to get closer, I would ask for a stealth check with advantage.
Can I use disguise self and disguise myself like that?
You could.
I got a 19.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to creep by. The candles as you pass just kind of wiggle a little bit, but besides that, you're able to get close. And you get close enough to smell the goblins. And like they kind of sniff, but they're focused in their chanting. The fire they're lighting smells pungent and is masking any other scents. And you see like a little statue of the goddess, like a smaller version that they're trying to light on fire.
Can I light it on fire?
I think an action like that breaks stealth, because if I let you light things on fire from stealth, then...
Like Yobi.
Yeah, so I think... Because attacking or taking actions like that would normally break invisibility.
But I'm thinking that they would just think it's their god.
Yeah, if you're hidden, but I think it might break your invisibility.
Okay.
I know.
Throw that idea in the garbage.
I know.
Until they come
Eat
back
your
and
damn porridge, your rot porridge.
How about you pause our session and go back to them?
Alright, so we flip back to you guys, and you guys are just eating your rot porridge.
I wish
I
I
look-
wouldn't have known, because I have an amazing idea, but it would break RP if I
Throw
were
it in the garbage bin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm quite full, so.
If they,
Thank you
so
very much.
the only way that we could work around that is if they would decide to come back to you like a scout ahead, but it's up to them if they push on or come back to get you guys.
No, I was telling the chef that I was quite full after having eaten 3 rolls.
Like you point us to the mess hall where we could be performing tonight. I would love to get a voice for and buy and make it
I
settle.
run back into the room and I smack Colin and I run back.
What the
My point was trying to say is, where might we practice and then perform for King's Roll?
Right, what she was saying, like, for love.
He's just like, well, you gotta go past the breezy exit there, and you gotta turn south, right? You gotta turn south, and you gotta walk past the church with the cleric, and then you gotta, once you're past there, you gotta keep going. Don't go in the door that's barred. Don't go. That's where the king keeps his pet. And then he should be right in the center room there. Can't miss him.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my friend is so hard to understand.
Colin, I think you found your character's accent.
Well, I'm spitting to it.
Can I do a religion check and realize he's not chosen at all?
Yeah.
Like the time goes on, and I just start to realize that he's not like a chosen thing for me to protect from Umberly. So
You just really don't want any association.
Yeah, you can have a crisis of faith.
Like, can I just have like, because I still trust and believe in Umberly, but it's like, can I just do a quick religion check on him to see if I still believe him, please? Just
Sure,
for the
sure.
hell of it. Alright, let me see. God damn it, I swear, if I get a nat
Roll,
20,
if you roll low, then you believe me. If you roll high, you don't. Okay.
Here goes. So I'm pretty much unchanged.
No. I think with that religion check, you recognize that his yeah, like you.
Like he's special, but he's not.
Yeah, he's special.
He's very special.
No, like he's an important being, but he's not what I suspected. Kind of, but I still don't really know. Like, what would that 18 do for Iridon?
Yeah, you recognize like he came from the sky. You're like sitting there having a crisis of faith, being like, he came from the sky, but there was no storm. There's no body of water. Why would Umberly, this fool? What meaning would this be? So you're having like a crisis of faith.
I just want to point out there that I am still headstrong, like, believe in Umberly and her, like, ways.
So actually, with that religion check, you have this. With that religion check, you actually have, as you slowly lose faith in your what was once your guide to Umberly, Ras wakes up, comes down, and he starts to flicker his little patterns and like do a little like serpentine dance. And you kind of like, as you're watching him, you can like what looks like normal. It's almost like you're looking into the abstract ink blot test kind of thing, the Rorschach test. But the ink blots, as his like patterns are flashing, you recognize what looks like to be a sign of a storm. What looks like to be, you see a wave, like two waves crash together, like with it from the ink blot scales, and then part. And recognize that you see it as the sign of Umberly.
Alright. So I'm not having a complete crisis, I just feel like a complete fool.
It's fine.
All right, we're gonna cut back. So the other guys. So you two are still in this room. You've seen the thing. How would you set the fire?
What direction? Can you give me one more time, Shane?
Basically, it's just I'm not gonna make you draw a map, but it's like through the room that they're at. It's the only exit there. He said, ignore the room with the like that's the bars. He's like, you don't want to be tussling with the king's pet, and then you have the
What are bars? Like metal bars?
oh, you just said bars, and then you'll see kind of like the king's chamber is in the center. He said. So he said in the center of the castle is the king's chamber.
Okay, so like straight from the entrance.
And he said, move very quickly when you get to the room, like the dark room. So he's
I asked
like,
one of the goblin cooks if they could be our guide.
Wait, you said move quickly when we get to the dark
The
room?
dark
Are you
room.
talking about the one with the candles where they're like worshiping and shit?
No, so there's another room he mentioned that is dark, and he almost like all the goblins got very quiet, and they're like, just run through it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to ask one of the goblin guides?
Yeah.
Droop gets super offended. He starts pouting and like kicking dirt, and he's very upset.
Oh, we should have loved you, Drew. We just plenty of value to the team.
Oh my God.
I look down to the group and I say, we respect you. But we're trying to keep our
All right, I'm gonna have you do a persuasion check really quick, and then we're gonna cut to the other people. All right, so back to Elris and Silas. You guys are in this room. How are you trying to light this fire? If you could come up with a way that might not break your stealth, it's like it would take very little like action.
Are you dead set on lighting this?
No. I just thought it would be funny to see what they do.
Oh, I don't think we should.
Okay. Yeah, we could keep going then.
I think we should just walk past.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walk past,
Can we see? Well, I can't. So, but do we know if there's anything like on the altar that they're like sacrificing or whatever it is they're doing?
Silas would see they're working with what looks like a human-sized golden chalice, like a knife and like a bowl kind of thing. And it's right in front of the brazier where they have the statue. And they keep going, boo yag, boo yag.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the hell out of here. I don't want to leave yet.
Let's go ahead and just, go to the other room.
Yeah, maybe someone else will know what the hell they're doing.
Could we shrink the character pictures so we know where people are at and then like put them in the room they're at?
So you guys can't shrink them? You can't control them?
Tell me how I would be able to do this.
You would just click them and it would have an outline that lets you resize,
No,
like in
just-
Photoshop.
No.
Okay.
But it lets us move it or like rotate it like this. Spin it.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys kind of move on from here, and you see another room with a couple of what looks like they don't look goblinoid at all. Like they kind of have like the pointed ears. They're kind of like a reddish fur with a snout, but they look like tall, muscular humans in like military-looking armor. And they're sitting, and like whereas other goblins would be like gambling or lazing about, they're looking kind of like stern, guarding this door that has bars on it. Like it's almost like the door has like things pushed up against it to keep it blocked from the outside.
And this is in front of the.
In the next room. Now it's the next room. That's why because I have to stop describing.
That we're not in?
You guys passed that room, right? You said you continued on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh man.
So the room we're in now has all those bars and those two goblins.
It has another thing here with the door here, and it's barred from the outside. Like all this shit is piled up against it, blocking it from the outside.
Okay.
So to get to the bars, we have to go through the chanting room.
And there's like two guys here, kind of like guarding what looks like they're the tall goblin. They're goblins only in the sense that they have kind of like the reddish fur, the pointed ears, kind of like a pushed in snout with like some kind of sharpened teeth. But they look very drastically different from the rest of the goblins you've seen.
So Droop said that a pet to these goblins is pretty much someone they ridicule while they're caged up. And then what did the other goblins say about the pet? Like he doesn't like people messing with his pet, or his pet isn't one to be messed with, or something like that.
Something like that.
Can I enchant something and go ahead. No.
Can I make a check with my earring?
Insight check?
You have that.
Yeah.
Hold on, what my character sheet like that?
And while you use the earring, I need you to roll a d10.
Well, my character sheet's like fucking up for some reason. Here's my insight. And you roll a D10 after that?
Yep. Yep. You have advantage on those,
On
the
what?
insight?
on the insights with the hearing, and then just roll a separate d10. Okay, so you see, it's like you get the sense like the earring lets you kind of evaluate a little deeper than just like a quick glance. You sense that these guys are all business. They're military. They seem to be very rigid and organized and are determined to keep to their tasks. They're not easily distracted or fooled.
Let's get back these on this. Maybe that would be a good time to regroup and let them know what we found.
How do we have like a set time on your potion?
Yeah, the potions will last. I'm actually going to check that really quick.
Yeah, I don't think
we
I thought they lasted like 4 hours.
I think it's just 1
Or
hour.
I mean, the time.
I think the normal is like 1 hour for shit like that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, the normal invisibility would be like 1 hour. And I'll say, because those were the nat 20 ones.
Just the ones, yeah.
Yeah, so these are perfect. So these are 1 hour potions.
Okay, so we have plenty of time.
Yeah, they're not going to wear off here. Other potions, I might, but these are the nat 20 ones. So these are just straight standard, no side effect potions.
Okay, then, yeah, I'm like, go ahead.
So knowing that these guys are all business, I'm not really sure there's any way we can get them to move away from the door.
You did see another door. They're guarding a separate one down here, the little splotch you see here.
Yeah.
This is another
Oh,
doorway
the left
here.
side?
Yeah, so there's doorways here and doorways here.
Yeah, but if
Probably-
this is the one they're guarding, I figured we should probably see what's inside. Do you think that door will be in there?
I they're guarding something. What that something is, I do not know. You're small enough to like maybe. Is there like any way, like any room to like squeeze past at all?
No, it's totally like blocked up there.
Totally blocked up. Okay.
Blocked up to the point like we can't even see behind the bars if we were out there.
It's not necessarily bars. It's like a doorway that has things wedged up and pushed, like iron bars that they've taken, like stools and stuff. Just lots of stuff. Even like a bookshelf, kind of like pushed in front of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a lot of stuff that they put from the outside to keep whatever was inside in.
Okay. Weird. I don't see any reason why they would block it off like that for especially with two big guys like that.
Yeah, maybe it's best we just get out because
Let's head over to the sun can.
that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, so the one set directly south is the one that's blocked off, and then there's one to the left here.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that. Okay, well, we might as well just go through the one on the left.
Alright, so as you approach this left-hand door, as you go in, it opens up, and it is pitch entirely black.
Good.
And we're going to cut to the other group. Alright, other group, what are you doing?
We got
Is the
our.
goblin going to be our guy?
You noticed as the other two just seem to be disappeared. I didn't see a persuasion check from you. Cody, I do see the persuasion check there, I think. No, that was a separate persuasion check. Do a new one. So, you noticed the other two, and they didn't quite discuss with you guys, so they just are gone. Like, you're looking around, don't see them.
Okay, well, so we wanted to get the one goblin basically escort us to where we're going to be performing, which should be like the mess hall, right, or something.
I think that would be best.
Alright, so you can try to talk to it. But Barska had the idea, so Barska, you're persuading the goblin.
Wait, you want me to do it or?
Nope, Barska had the idea, so he persuades the goblin. That's the way around your ability, is let the other team have fun too, Colin.
One of you should take us there.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid the bard being the face. Alright, do a roll. You can also try an intimidation, Cody. I mean, that worked fine. So yeah, one of the goblins, he's sitting there, and you kind of pull him aside, and then the guy with the spoon kind of like thwacks him on the head. He's like, "You, show them to the king's chambers."
Beautiful, right?
And then he tells the goblin, he's like, "And remember to grovel! You grovel before King Growl. Your groveling sucks!"
Oh, yes, the groveling. I do enjoy the groveling. Thank you, man.
Because not groveling. I can protect.
Yeah, like the priestess would be pretty good at groveling, I guess.
Right, are we there?
Beautiful, beautiful people.
So the goblin leads you through this room, and you guys see Yeah, it's like a storeroom with some stuff, with like a separate doorway to the south. As you walk through this room from the kitchen where you guys at, yeah, so that one, you see the exit to the north that was covered, so no one could see it from the outside. You see the doorway to the south, and you see kind of just like some supplies laying around.
Alright. Do we stay in here, or we go?
Wait. Is that as far as the goblin took us?
No, he's just showing you there, so this is the room you're in. So like, if you want to continue.
I usher him on.
So he keeps going. He goes into this room where you see the priests kind of like doing this ritual chant. Their booyahs getting louder, and the little goblin keeps shouting booyah, booyah, and then they all turn to look at you and are like, all right, do religion checks, all of you.
All of us? Okay.
I'm just gonna say, I don't care what anyone else does anymore in this game. Colin has my vote for play the game.
For the accent.
That's what I'm here for.
You're just gonna ask it the whole time.
Commitment is real, man.
So you see. Wait. Hey, out of game for Colin. Who are you trying to imitate?
I hear Osborne straight.
You guys can't, like, I can't hear you literally because we have to sit right next to each other and it's, like, getting a little annoying. Yeah, so if you, like, keep the accent, but just a little.
I wonder if you guys need to do push to talk. It might make it better. Or mute one, or you can mute one of you.
Wait, am I echoing?
Wait, you are not.
What I did, I muted Marissa because I can hear her fine. So if you want to mute one of them, maybe that might work. But anyway, as you guys come through, those religion checks were fucking ridiculous. So
So mine is.
So
We'll figure this out later.
Okay, later.
Let's see what my religion check did.
Yeah, so- yeah, this shit. So as you go in, like the goblin kind of vouches for you, like, and as you all kind of like look around nervously, just kind of shouting booyah. Their chanting gets louder and louder. You, Adanza, you recognize the statue. It belongs to Timora, the goddess of luck, and it looks like the goblins are trying to do a ritual on it. And the statue in the middle is like a little version of Timora, the goddess of luck, as they're trying to burn it in a brazier.
They're trying to burn it?
They're trying to burn it. And they're letting you pass with those religion checks and the goblin vouching for you. They're like just kind of being like, yeah, you're part of the ritual, kind of brought in.
I'd like to cast a cantrip.
What cantrip?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy?
Yeah.
Okay, which version of it do you do?
What'd you say?
What version of it do you do?
I would like to cause the flames to flicker that make them happy. Like, I'm trying to get them, like, pleased to see that their chanting is working.
Okay. Yeah, thaumaturgy just works. You don't have to roll nothing.
Like, as a cleric, I know how it feels when you want an answer from your deity, so I can cause it to flicker to, like, boost their morale.
So do I understand anything about this cat? Because it potentially could be like in one of my father's books or something.
What was that religion? I'd say that you kind of like blended in there. Your father wasn't concerned with religion. He was concerned with more with the Feywild and the transition between realms.
Okay.
So like the gods were of less concern, except that they all lived somewhere in the outer realms.
I don't have to roll a cantrip.
Nope. So you just as you do thaumaturgy, the flames everywhere, the candles flicker, dim, and then brighten bright, and the fire they're stoking just bursts, and then the statue in the middle starts to catch light, and all of them just kind of do a hushed whisper and go like, booyah, booyah. And now all of the goblins in the everyone in the dungeon now has the bless spell cast on them. All of the goblinoids. Nope, all the goblinoids have bless.
I'm blessed.
I just got jamming, Mike.
Oh, that's great.
So what does bless do?
Well, metagaming here, but it allows them to roll a d4 onto their rolls. It's like Bardic Inspirations.
Oh, okay. They all get a little d4, and they just get one.
No,
It's just a little D4.
Every
It's a little
roll.
D4.
Yep, every roll.
Fuck.
Do like they recognize me as well as the cleric and do I owe a little respect to these guys?
They thought it was their own. They're super proud of the priest. They're like kind of bowing and scraping to the head priest, who takes the knife, and then he like he's like raising. He's not doing any like ritual shit. He's just like waving it around like booyah, booyah.
Beautiful, you're fantastic.
Droop's eyes are like glittering. He's like booyah, booyah's true.
Booyah, Droop, yes.
Droop also has the bless spell on him.
Aww.
You're doing great there, Droop. Okay, do we have anything else we want to do here?
I don't really have any questions I'd like to ask. I'd just like to, like, you know.
Yeah, they don't really seem interested in talk. They're like in religious ecstasy.
I again usher our goblin guide on to the next room.
Come on. I'm very glad to
All right, Marissa's in the bathroom, so we're cutting to you and cutting to Elris and Silas. So brief intermission while I go to the bathroom and find out where she's at, but they're up next.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I'm gonna get something from the kitchen.
Hello, I'm back.
Kyle, I don't know why it's funny. It looks like you haven't like moved or blinked or like changed your facial expression in like 15 minutes. Oh my! Open up. No, you aren't. I got honey.
Just like straight up honey.
Yeah, dude. I was visiting my parents. My dad was all like, so I know, like, I'm friends now with a local bee farmer. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty interesting. So he just gave me this like bottle of 100% pure locally harvested honey. I was like, that's pretty cool. Actually, I'm just gonna sip on this honey whenever. So I just got
Come on. Is it just raw organic honey that you're like?
Yeah, like straight from a beehive.
Wow.
Literally.
It tastes different. Like it's almost like
That shit is
crystally.
different.
It's not like you know like store-bought honey is like a molasses like syrupy kind of, but like this is like it's like crystally, kind of like a liquidy sugar. Like think like cane sugar, how it's like grainy,
I
right?
want to try some of that.
But then like it's like liquidy crystal sweet. It's weird.
Dude, I bet that's like amazing for your allergies.
I don't have allergies, but yeah.
Okay. I have allergies to Colin. Yeah, every time you don't speak in this accent, Colin, I'm going to do psychic damage to your character.
Yeah, give him disadvantage.
On everything, yeah.
It's disadvantage.
It's pretty great.
Like, dude, I think you found Eddie's accent.
You think?
It's pretty, everyone
That's
loves
the
it.
one.
Yeah.
I think you
I don't know
found
if you'll be able to do it tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's a very intensive, I can tell. It's a very intense accent. Takes a lot out of you.
I love that I don't think
Yeah.
for my god anymore.
So sushi is returned. Elvis and Silas are, you've just approached as the door kind of like closes behind you. You're in a pitch black room.
What's up, Kiki? You want some honey? Nothing. We have no idea. Like no.
You don't recognize anything different, Elvis. Silas, you cannot see it all.
Can I make a perception check on smell?
Yeah, you could try a perception check. Do advantage.
You can smell feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know where to run.
Yeah, you can do advantage to know the roll. You don't sense anything.
Nothing at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull my torch out of my pack then and light this bitch up.
So you whoosh, you light up, and it's just this empty room with like kind of like crumbled pillar, like stonework, kind of like the draping tapestries that have been kind of torn on the sides, and then you see the door probably like 60 feet ahead of you.
Think we should keep going?
They don't know.
How much time has passed, Shane? Like, just so I have an idea.
I'd probably say with all of the eating and all that stuff, so probably 45 minutes.
Wow.
And I know this.
You'd have a sense of time because it's like all the role playing and eating and seeing all that shit and sneaking through.
Oh god no.
Oh, hey,
we've got
oh,
about 15 minutes for this potion of times off hours. Maybe we should go ahead and see this kind of store.
I say just keep going forward. Yeah, I agree.
Alright, I go ahead and use my torch up until we get to the door and then I'll put it out. So open the door.
So you start to make your way through.
Hang on, can I put my ear up against the door and hear if there's anything there?
You'll be able to hear on the other side of it once you get to it.
Okay, we'll go there.
So as you walk across the room, you
Wait,
Wait,
he's
she
doing
said-
something. He's doing something. So why- Kyle! Kyle!
You didn't know.
So you see just with like a flash, it was blending into the stonework as it kind of camouflaged into it. A 7-foot-long worm-like creature slithers forward extremely quickly. It darts at Silas, and as it gets forward,
I dodge.
its tentacles do a dexterity saving throw.
I dodge.
Its tentacles open up from its mouth, and there's 4 tentacles that reveal this giant squid-like beak.
I dodge and I throw my torch right into the mouth.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh my God.
You are dead.
So the tentacles.
Kyle helps me! Kyle helps me!
It was.
Kyle helps me! He says
I
he
did.
helps me, so I do save.
I do have
You want a key point? You could key point if you wanted. That's your only option here.
Okay. I can react. How far away is she? Is she close enough?
She's close. You guys are walking together.
Where's mine? I gotta look at my skills. I find it.
You just have the. Yeah. Remember your class skills you got.
How come you don't yell at Cody when he's distracted?
Fuck off, Roger.
What is he doing in his dual monitor bullshit there? What is that? Are you playing Battle Brothers?
Nah, dude, this is Roll20, bro.
Oh, I think yeah, dark mode roll 20 is it?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it is actually dark mode. How do you do dark mode?
Oh, is there actually dark mode?
I think.
Yeah, you have to get the Google Themes.
Oh.
So, like,
I use Microsoft Edge because I'm edgy.
Hey, did you just fucking say that?
I use Microsoft Edge.
That is the most taboo thing that anyone can say. Like in 2020.
All right, you're totally ruining the tension here. What are you guys doing?
Kyle uses key point.
All right, does he?
Ah!
I muted Colin.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, he's on the
I'm gonna use a key point to dash to you, and then I'm gonna use my boots to get us the fuck out.
So you can use the key points to intercept the attack, but the attack is hitting. So
What?
you can intercept the attack of the creature, but it's not like. So remember, you take the hit is what that one does. You like jump in front of it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to because I have more AC and a higher hit points anyways.
Yeah. So it had a stealth attack roll, which is the advantage. So it like its tentacles going for Silas. Like it's almost about like it's lunging, and then it's like time has slowed Matrix style, and you just.
Oh, wait, Shane! Stop! Before
What?
he even does that, I will use my pocket watch of second chances.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes,
Okay,
I will.
All right. So which one are you rolling then?
The dex.
So you can re-roll either a roll from the Grick or the creature that I have, and then or re-roll your dex saving throw.
What?
You can re-roll one of the dice that one of us has rolled right now.
Probably.
The dex saving throw. Okay, so you roll that. You have to take the new number, and you also need to roll a d10 for me while you do it.
God damn it.
All right, roll a d10 really quick.
8.
Okay, so it's still coming at you. Like it, you see a little stutter almost.
Still uses
All right, so as you use your pocket watch, it just reacts to your will, and you see the Grick as it comes in, and it stutters back like a half second, and it comes in again, and you're still like so caught off guard that it's coming in, and as it's lunging towards you, you see like just this hand come out, like intercepting the beak of the creature, and the tentacles wrap around his arm, and. Yeah, so if the tentacles hit, which they do, you take 9 from the tentacles gripping onto you, and then the beak tries to hit. What's your AC?
15.
So you're able to kind of like, as the tentacles wrap, he goes for beaks, like to bite into your skin, and you're able to kind of like grab with your other arm, and you're holding back the beak as it's biting towards you. And we're cutting to the other group now. What are you guys doing?
We're making our way down to the southern door. So I think we're like one room behind them.
Pretty much one room behind, but you don't know that. So you see immediately there's these two tall hobbers. They have their, you can hear kind of droop. It's like hobbers, and he hides behind you guys. They're tall with orange fur, like fierce eyes. They're wearing chainmail, military-looking armor, and they have they look humanoid except for their goblinoid facial features and their fur.
All work, no play.
I love it, honestly. I fucking love it.
I'm telling you, man. What do you think?
But the hobgoblins do not. They are not amused. They're not impressed.
Alright, but you blokes be back to what you're doing then.
They immediately pull out their swords, and then they have these what look like dai katanas, and they're aiming like at you, and they start to speak harshly in Goblin, and the lead Goblin kind of like that was like leading you just kind of looks. He like blinks and immediately starts like groveling and kind of scraping away. And
Can I react to this, or is there some more?
you can react one. You get one reaction.
Wait.
I want to kind of like put my hands like palm up, like as a calm down kind of motion, and I take out my lute and show them like, oh, we're musicians. We're here to help you all out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ask the group what they said. Perhaps that might be more help.
Could we do them all at the same time?
technically. I mean, like that can be your turn, so I still want to like try to.
You can do both same thing, but they just are, they're not impressed by your performance. They're not impressed by your music. They do not see through. They do not like fun, as Droop had said. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, they're coming at you. So we're doing joint initiative. We're going to do side initiative, so we're not rolling. So they're coming at you guys, and I'll give them.
Wait.
You guys make one initiative roll on your side. I'm going to make one for the hobgoblins. Just decide which one of you goes first, because you act immediately.
Okay, do you want us all to just roll a 20? Or...
There's an initiative back somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, I'm going to give it to them. Like, you tried your thing. They're coming at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're kind of like rushing at you with their blades, and they're fighting side by side, like with trained tactics. And they, who was the front person? It was Eddie, wasn't it? As he was trying to talk to them.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to do side initiative here, so we're not going to worry about all the complicated stuff since we're rotating between two. So they each make attacks with their katanas. Eddie, what's your AC?
13.
Okay, so one of them like strikes to the side, and as you like are able to dodge out of the side, it's almost as if he intentionally made you faint as the other one comes through with the strike. So as you like dodge to the side from one of them, the other one was anticipating your move and strikes down and hits you for 5 damage. And we're going to flip back. It'll be your turn after this. We're flipping back to the two in the other room. So it's your action after the creature, the giant worm-like creature with the beak and tentacles, is gripping onto Elris's arm. You're still like grappling with it.
Is it my turn or
It's both of your turns at the same time.
do we roll initiative or?
Nope, it's just new side. We're just going to take turns between monsters and players.
Okay. Rest of the or Silas is whoever this thing is on me. What do you think? What do you have a potion or some shit?
I have a couple of them.
I think this thing
This
should
is
just-
like like casual conversation of you
Yep.
being grappled by like.
Elris is
No
calm.
idea because you're not there.
Yeah. Elris is calm in the face of danger. That's his character trait.
Blast in the mouth.
So I'm holding the beak open, right?
Yeah, if you want to use, you could say you use your action to give advantage to her acid flask if you want to try that.
Okay, we'll just. I feel like I'll probably do that. So do I need to make like a strength check to like keep it open or anything?
Don't give him ideas.
No, no.
He already said you did it.
So the help action does do advantage. If you wanted to do a strength check, I would maybe allow like an extra something. But no, because the help action kind of covers that. It's just if you help someone, they get advantage in the next roll. You have a bonus action though, however, if you wanted to do something bonusy.
Okay, can I do that after her roll?
Yep, I'll allow. Well, you have joint turns like this, you can kind of stagger up. So you pry these jaws open as it's trying to like grapple you with its tentacles, and make a dexterity throw, Silas, with your potion flask, but do it with advantage.
Oh, I just fucking crit that.
Yeah, we don't even need to do the other things. So I actually was going to add an additional dice. So because you're throwing it in its mouth, I added an extra dice to it. So it's 3d6, and you double those. So roll 6d6.
Damn.
Shit.
That's an acid flask, right? 2d6?
Yeah, it's a
Okay, because you did the thing, you put it in its mouth, so I'm like, that would hurt more. And because you crit, you double the dice. So yeah, 6d6.
I can't do up to 6, so I'm gonna do a 5d6.
You can watch.
Roll 1.
If you type /roll, you can do, or if you do this little thing,
Roll.
or you can click on the advanced roller, and it'll say roll 1 dice type plus something, and you can just move the 1 and type a number in there.
Oh, I see.
Okay, well, one of them, so we'll do 5d6 now. Wow. So it just rears back, screeching as this acid's pouring down its throat and like engulfing it, and on its turn, it disengages from you, so it like lets you go and wriggles away, and then
No. As I put it in the mouth, I say, as my friend Eddie would say, eat shit, motherfucker.
Do I say that?
I don't know. Silas thinks you would.
Silas does think you would. So, it like scurries back into the stone and then wait, so it actually disengages there. So it scurries back into the darkness. So disengage as an action does not it doesn't give you guys opportunity attacks. If it used its action to do something else, but disengage means wait, let me see its intelligence really quick. Nope, it's not smart enough to disengage. So it's dashing. Yeah, so it's running really far away. So as it is like trying to pull away from you guys, you would each get an opportunity attack with that.
Alright, so it's off me and it's just trying to run away.
It's trying to run away. It's dashing. It's moving double its movement speed, trying to run up the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move. What is that?
I'll go ahead and use my steady shot then.
It's just a normal attack. You can't do it.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So can I use my... So can I do two-handed then? Or is this a one?
I can do two-handed. No, one-handed. One-handed because you just grappled. Like it was just releasing you.
Alright, then I'll just do one-handed staff break. Oh, damn.
Alright, do your roll really quick, Silas. $17 plus your dexterity. Yeah, so that hits. So do your damage.
Well, I have a short sword, but I don't know what the damage is.
Are you swinging with your sword? Are you doing this short sword? Where'd you get a short sword anyway?
I don't know. It was actually above
We all
my
got
hammer.
short swords at one point.
Oh yeah, I think you grabbed it from the dudes.
Where it says 1d8.
Yeah, it's one. Oh, short swords are 1d6, I think. Long swords are 1d8.
Oh, I'm literally sitting here reading Longsword and saying, God damn it.
Okay, then I'll just
Yeah,
go ahead and use
sorry.
my hammer then. 'cause-
Okay, and you're proficient with a hammer, so your
Yeah.
hammer is a little stronger with. Okay. So you actually crack it, like as it's able to. What is that? So how much damage did you do the first one? 25 plus 5. How do you want to do that?
I swing the hammer so that it trips it, and then I just start bashing the skull in.
So you trip it somehow without its legs. It's like scurrying. Its acids are burning its inside.
Sorry, it doesn't have legs.
It's like writhing around like on the ground, trying to like get away really quickly. And you like
Okay, instead then I use the hammer and I stab him with the hammer so that it goes through him. And then I start clawing his face instead.
so ferociously, just a total heel turn. You just savaging this worm-like creature.
I'm sick of being fucking bait food. He's getting all his wrath out.
Yeah, it's like its skin is like changing, like those dying squids, like blending in with the stone and the bright patterns. And now we flip back to the rest of your group. So, Colin, you just got slashed by this katana as these two are like working in tandem. And what are the rest of you doing?
I don't even know where we are.
You guys just walked in through the doorway, like literally just the next room there. So,
Right here.
You see where I go? Okay.
man, even with a map, you guys don't know where you're at.
I know where I'm at because of that. Thank you, Shane.
I have a question.
Yes,
Is there friendly fire on or off?
on, depending on what you're doing.
Well, you see here, Shane, my friend. There's something I would like to do, but it may or may not cause damage.
All right, what's your intention? I'll let you know if you know what it'll do or not.
Hold on. One of the questions I wanted to ask as well, do these hobblers or whatever, do they believe in whatever her name is, Buddha or whatever?
They probably do. Like they probably believe in with that religion. Like, they believe the real name Magulabulite. I can't pronounce it. Magulabulite. Goblin god.
Goblin goddess.
Yeah, Goblin Magul. I can't pronounce it. It's a lot of syllables.
Believe in her.
Yeah. They do. They believe in the god of goblins. Yeah.
Okay, which is supposed to belong. And we just encountered people worshiping her.
Maglubiet. Maglubiet.
I'm calling her Boo Boo.
All right. So what was that
Okay.
question there?
So the goblins we just encountered worshiping the shrine, that was the Goobagula, whatever. Correct?
Yeah, I think. You think.
And the hobblers also believe in her.
Yeah, as far as you know.
Okay. So I would like to perform a level 2 spell, Gust of Wind. And a long line, a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line.
Okay.
Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. When it gets closer to you, the dust.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick here so I can get a.
Okay.
All right. So you use it. It's big. It's long. Does big old wind.
Yeah, but the thing I want to focus on is it extinguishes all flames.
Okay.
So the flames of their goddess have gone down, lowering morale. I'm trying to come off as more powerful than their goddess. Is what I'm trying to do here by extinguishing the flames with this power that I've got through the devotion of, prayer and such to Umberly.
So you would be shooting it. So the flames are behind you in the room behind you. Are you shooting it that way, or are you shooting it towards the hobgoblins?
I was hoping it would be like just in an area around me, like a circle.
No, it's like a line, like a.
Like an air gun.
I just friendly fire is on.
If they're within 10 feet, they will get affected by it.
What'd you say?
They will get affected by it if whoever's in the line.
Do I hear anything coming from the room where Silas is? Or is that too far away to really hear?
You can make a quick perception check to see what you hear as your bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna do that first. So, perception. Probably gonna be
And you other two are acting at the same time, so you can also kind of decide what you're doing while this is all happening. Yeah, so you hear the sound of like a "We're out here!" and then just a clanging sound from the room beyond.
I have a question when you guys are done.
Hold on.
The hobbers also see this or hear this.
Okay, I would like to go ahead. Oh, I forgot to do my character. I would like to go ahead and use the gust of wind. What does Ras look like right now?
He's just on you, kind of like on your shoulder.
No.
You can direct him if you choose, if you want to move him somewhere.
I'm just okay. I'll leave him with me. I was just worried more about color changes.
I mean, nothing that you can interpret.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use gust of wind and push the hoppers towards the room where Silas is getting eaten. Hopefully that'll help distract the big eater from eating my friend.
Okay, so as you to position there, because it's a straight line. So like, let me draw really quick at this. So if you're, because these guys, they ran towards Eddie. So these guys are like right here. And so if you wanted to position yourself to the right. Oops.
I just put myself in a random spot. Like,
Okay, so if you wanted to push them into the room, you would have to run this direction. So you'd be kind of against the wall there. You'd be against the wall there. Moving there would allow one of them to get an opportunity attack on you as you pass it. But then from that angle, you could hit them both and push them that way.
I would like to attempt to hit the both.
Okay, so as you run that way, one of them sees you kind of like at the corner of your eye repositioning, and he's able to make a katana strike at you. and he's as you like move by. Eddie's character kind of like sees the attack and deflects it off of you, and he misses. So the katana clings to the ground, and you're positioned now, and you use the gust of wind. So, do you want to do like a little spellcast thing, or want me to narrate it? Gust of wind.
I just wanted to push them towards the room with the scary guy.
So, as you like kind of like straight up Avatar, like just gusts, like visible winds and debris start spiraling around you quickly, and then just as you put your hands forward, it just a horizontal tornado basically just woo, and it starts to push these guys that way. They make a strength saving throw.
Are we in it too?
No, I'd say with her positioning there, she sacrificed a chance to get hit, so she's.
And let me know when it's my turn to act, because
That was out of character.
Your turn's able to move, yeah. So you guys are acting pity at the same time. So while I'm describing what that's, you're able to act within what she's doing. Yeah.
Did you come up with a cool bow thing? Like, do I know what my bow does?
I did. You don't know because you never identified it, but it does do something.
Okay. So as they're getting blown away, I want to ready my bow and shoot them while they're prone. Like when they stop.
Okay. Do you want to activate what you don't know your bow does?
Yes. I grasp my bow. I believe in my heart of hearts, and I
Okay. Do an Arcana check. Do an Arcana check to see if you know if you can kind of like cast the bow without knowing exactly what it does. Because you know it's magical. You don't know the effect, so you can try to cast it without a full identify. But you don't know what'll happen once you do it. Okay. I'll say set a DC 10 there, so you're able to use it. You don't know what it is though. So, roll a d10 really quick for me.
Okay. Is that my damage?
Nope, that's just a d10.
Okay.
Was it 6? Okay. So, a mark appears on one of them, a visible mark you can see, and your instincts sharpen, and you can, like, almost get, like, a predator vision as you can see where this target is. And you get the sense that...
Or just, like...
Huh?
Like, I can see it without my eyes. Or can I see it, like, through a wall? Or, like...
You basically are able to track it with advantage, so it's almost like you can see the trail, almost like the scent it leaves.
Like Widowmaker's ult.
Yeah, a little less dramatic than that, but you kind of like know where it is. You're able to track it, and you get the sense that you can almost see its weak points now.
Okay. Oh no.
And that one's burned up. You can't. I think you noticed as like a little bit of the power leaves. You only get to use that 3 times before a long rest.
Oh, okay. Should I?
Yeah, mark it on a class resource or something on your class really quick. Yeah, that'll be able to charge it really quick. And so, but you watch as these guys... Hold on, I gotta do a lot of shit here. So this does a strength saving throw. Okay, strength saving throw. Fuck, they fail that one. Oh, cool, you can change the direction, Vanessa, each turn as a bonus action from the wind. You just can keep it blowing. And it can last up to 1 minute, so it can last up to 10 combat rounds while you're blowing this. It requires concentration, so if you're hit, they can knock you out of it potentially. And if you cast another spell that uses concentration, it'll cancel that one.
Is there any way that Raz at this point can like prevent someone from like breaking my concentration, or is he too young?
Basically, he just has the help action, the one they did before. He gives someone advantage on a roll by distracting. So as these hobgoblins, you actually see... So Colin, as you're readying the bow and marking one of them, the gust of wind is blasting through.
Fuck.
Double fuck, yeah. Alright, so you see its weak points, but don't seem to be able to hit. So actually the gust of wind, because the gust of wind kind of throws your arrow off mark as it kind of like whips in here. And then they actually are pushed through, and before they're totally pushed, Barska, you also have an action. Like they're being pushed by the wind, but it's enough time for you to do something before they get thrown in.
Can I have my action after they get pushed?
Yeah, so they get pushed through the doorway, actually. They're kind of like pushed, like kind of thrown back. The gust is blowing them through. They hit this doorway. You guys in the other room hear a thump, and then like the door kind of like blows open, and a strong gust of wind is like kind of rattling your clothes in that direction too. And actually, you guys make strength saving throws. You're in that same room. Really quick, you two. No, Elris and Silas. Strength saving throws really quick as these hobgoblins are pushed through.
Strength?
So you both are pushed back 15 feet into the room. You're kind of like struggling against this wind. You're not knocked over or anything. You're just being pushed back, and you can sense it's a hard to move in that direction.
Can we make it so that the second we hit a wall, the visibility potion wears off?
Yeah, I would say this stuff's going on, so it did wear off because you guys got in a fight. So it wore off as you guys fought there. And
Following the gust of wind,
all right.
I
So,
come pelting through the door with my axe, and I swing at one of them.
so you jump into the wind.
No, I don't jump into the wind.
That's where they are. You have to jump into the wind.
Jump into the wind. Can
Wait.
you tell?
I mean, yeah, you can jump into the wind if you want.
Ooh, science, bitches. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to try.
That's so dumb in my work. I jump into the wind.
All right, so you attack with your axe. Do a axe attack with advantage from the wind, pushing you that direction.
Trust me.
How do I do an axe attack?
If we don't have it programmed there, just roll a d20 and add your strength plus 2. Advantage, you get another roll.
Thank God.
And remember, Cody, you have...
Oh, God.
That's so crazy. You could burn your inspiration if you wanted to right now, Cody.
Jesus Christ, dude, I can't.
So you burn your inspiration. Wait, let me see where they're fucking...
I believe so much.
You just like land on your fucking face and your shoulders.
So the wind actually blows you past them. Like you're trying to hit them. It's like you're passing each other, and you're like lock eyes, slow mo as you're like being blown past, and you're actually kind of like blown through them, and now you're standing next to Silas and Elris, facing them.
I would just like to encourage and be like, I'm sorry, I just learned this spell.
Not the brightest bloke now, is you, love?
I waited a half hour for that.
Barska's next to you guys now, blown from the wind. So Cody, Barska, move your character token.
Just wanted to say anything, it's not.
And then you guys, quick move. So it's the Hobber's turn, and they look to each other. They shout into the wind. I want to do a quick shout roll for him. Okay, they shout into the wind, Goblin. You can't hear, and then they talk to each other, and they both say, "Groll." Like you can hear King Groll, like the word "groll." You recognize that from it.
Yeah.
And they actually disengage past you. And now they're running towards the other doorway. So they've moved through. I said it was 60 feet. They were pushed a little bit in. So they're about halfway to the doorway, the two hoppers.
So they're pretty much scared. Is that correct?
I try to make an opportunity.
You know that they're running. So look where you're at. They're in the room. You're not. And look where they're at. Hold on, I can't move you fuckers. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could hit the ground running from the being pushed?
You're not being. Yeah, you didn't fall down. But basically, they took the disengage action, so they're using their action to avoid any opportunity attacks. And you wouldn't even be able to make a bow strike from them because they got pushed into this room. See the angle at which you're at? So they're pushed into this room. They're running for the doorway on the other side. They're about halfway through. That's their action. They shouted behind them, and from the sound of the wind kind of like rushing through, the other goblins come out. There's 3 wearing robes, and they see you. And from the command of the hobbers, and the one goblin guide is like looking scared. And as soon as he hears the hobgoblin yelling, like the command, he kind of like rallies forth. And now there's 4 goblins behind you guys, 3 in robes, and they make their attacks.
I pointed at the door, everyone went through, I'm like, they went that way!
Yeah, they're making attacks at you from the hobber's command.
I thought they were gonna be hitting me first.
I mean, you're literally the only one sitting there. She moved to the side there. Oh shit. So one of them strikes you with his little like He doesn't actually have a weapon because he was a cook, so he has like a little fist. He's coming at you. He's like kind of crying. He clearly doesn't seem to want to be doing it, but the Hobber's command is absolute.
Is it like controlling their body?
Doesn't seem that way. It's
Like they're out of fear. They're listening to the Hobbers.
do an insight check. So as you do that, one of them hits you, Colin. He's actually grappling you. Like he's coming at you. He doesn't really have any weapons. He kind of like grabs onto your legs, giving advantage to the next guy.
Big job.
Yeah, the two behind there, they come in. They're wearing robes, but they just have their little daggers, and they rush towards you. And you're actually, as the little one is grabbing your legs, kind of like rocking back and forth. He pulls you one way and pulls you the other way, and you end up dodging both of their little dagger attacks.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, both of them rolled really
How many
poorly.
people are on me right now?
There's 4.
4? Okay.
And now this guy, this is the
Okay.
super fun one. No, so can you take your what?
Can I take my turn?
One more roll from them. I have to check something really quick though. Okay, I needed this little chart here.
Can you turn friendly fire off?
Nope,
Does Ross take damage from my spells?
he could. But if that doesn't hurt you, it doesn't hurt him. Like if he's on you, it wouldn't hurt him. But if he's in the zone, all right. I got this chart here.
Like there's some spells that are like all creatures within a 50-foot cube take blah 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 damage, and I'm like, is that including me and Ross?
That could, if he's on you, I would say no. Like you can avoid that little part. If he is out of the range too, because you can move him around. All right, Colin. So I need to roll a D100. So this has advantage on this. Motherfucker, you can't roll. So he shoots a firebolt. So the one behind you, he keeps yelling booyah. Oh shit, I forgot they have D4s and all their shit.
Can we get dots to represent the goblins? Because I'm having a hard time imagining.
Okay,
Can they be red dots? So we can see them?
so one's grabbing you and one is in the back. So this is the goblin guide here up front. This is the goblin guide in front. Then there's these other two that had daggers. They ran towards you.
Whatever. So next to fucking what's his name? Ballsack. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's Mr. Ballsack Barska.
Okay, there's one goblin here, one goblin grabbing you, one next to you, the one in the back shot firebolt. He has the bless spell on him, so his firebolt hits and does 1d10 damage of fire. Hits you with 4 damage. And I think it's so 4 damage on that. But he is a sorcerer and he rolls on the wild magic chart, so this is super fucking ridiculous. To grab these dice. Look at the chart, 97. Oh shit. Oh, that's lame. Alright, so you hear a faint ethereal music start to play around this goblin as he's wielding the elemental powers of creation itself, shooting fire at you. Reality warps and faint ethereal music starts to play around you.
God damn.
Alright, it's your guys's, it's actually Silas and Elris. So, yeah. Yeah, I think they moved
So are we still acting as one unit?
one unit, basically. Everyone's acting, I'm just doing turn initiative here, so it's you guys, goblins.
Okay.
So you see the two hobgoblins have run past you, and even if you tried to intercept
Where
them.
we are as far as positioning, can you move us to where we are?
I'd say you're close here, you're being pushed.
Okay.
And I want you guys to kind of like narratively move yourself in a way that makes sense. So as you guys were pushed from the wind that was blowing you here, the two hobgoblins ran past you. The wind is still going. Until she cancels or uses her bonus action to change direction. So it's blowing this way. The two hobgoblins are running past you. They actually are running with the wind, so they're moving faster. and they use disengage. So even if you tried to intercept them, they were like using their blades and their tactical advantage to just dodge you. So they're about halfway to the door now, moving with the wind.
Alright, I want to use help.
Okay.
So, do your thing, Elvis.
Oh, I was just gonna.
He's gonna help you.
Yeah. No, all I'm gonna do is gonna pick you up. And do you have a bag of holding? Maybe you have like some kind of like something to glide with, or something to move you along with the wind.
It's pretty ass.
Yeah, but if I
It
throw
would-
it towards the
It would
hobgoblin-
throw you towards it, so it's pushing. The wind is pushing.
Oh, but I thought you said regardless of what we do, since they use disengage, like they're just gone.
They did for their turn, but now your turn is able to. Basically, they ran past you without provoking opportunity attacks. So it's your turn. You're able to act.
Oh, okay. Do I have like a piece of cloth that I can use as like a paraglider that just...
I'm sure you would have something like a piece of cloth. You could try it.
Okay, so let's do that. And he tosses.
Are you sure though?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, alright, just making sure you're okay with that. Okay, well, do I need to make anything, or is it something?
Do a dexterity throw. Because you're throwing. So like a ranged weapon. No, it's just roll dexterity, add your... Are you proficient in athletics?
Probably just something that'll help me here.
Acrobatics is you, so I wouldn't count acrobatics. Athletics is you tossing something else. So no, it's just a flat roll, add your core stat of dexterity to it.
Okay. My dex is +2. Okay.
Okay, dex +2 there. And alright, so you're sailing through the wind as you're launched, your little piece of cloth catches the wind and you have like the makeshift little leaf glider, and you actually are going really fucking fast right now with that.
Can I like just? I'll just be using like my just like sprinting and just as I'm like.
You can move. Yeah, you can move and move action.
Can I determine if I want to use like if I use my boots this turn, would I be like make my way to them?
You would absolutely reach them with your boots. The boots is a short rest recharge ability that just basically gives you a free step of the wind.
Alright, well, in that case, can I just like pick her up and then just like use my boots to get to them? I think that actually probably be better.
Yeah, so that way you...
Because it would save her for like she could swim and use her turn.
Okay, yeah, if you pick her up and use your boots, and then she would be able to use her turn. So you just like scoop her up. As you use your boots, roll a d10. Okay, so you grab her boot, like, and you just your little red ringed boots just flash, and you are moving really fucking fast with the wind, and you actually are running. You can run past the goblins or catch up to them, your choice. If you run past them, real fucking quick. If you move past them, they might get an opportunity attack there, but you'd be blocking their exit. Or you can just reach them.
But then that didn't work out.
You froze, Shane.
Oh, I froze.
Froze is like a really...
I just want to go
bullshit.
Alright.
I'm already thinking.
Am I back? Have I returned?
Cody's missing you.
Have I returned?
Yeah, you're back.
Alright, so, yeah.
Yeah,
What was your question there?
basically, like, if we cut them off in their backs to be to Barska.
Yes.
I think that's probably better anyways today.
With Step of the Wind, you could actually jump over them. So yeah, you'd be able to get over and do a dexterity. I already got your dexterity check here, so they will roll against that to see if they hit you. So you they leap over you. They roll with disadvantage. And one is able to kind of catch you with his katana as you jump over him.
Youch.
Yeah, he strikes you with... Oh, that's super cool. Oh, yeah, he strikes you with 5 damage as you kind of leap over. He catches you, but you land in front of him, blocking his exit to the door. So now your back is to the door, blocking him as they can't get through. Barska, it's your action, and you're with Elris Silas. So both of you may go.
I make a little distance check
Okay.
to see if I can make it in time. Because did he only block one of them? Or
He blocked both. They'd have to run. They could maybe get through if they tried, but he.
I followed up. I followed up running behind them. So technically, what in my head, as soon as I missed with the jump, I hit the ground running, and I was running with them. And if I can make it in time, I will do a attack to the backside. Of
Absolutely. You have +2 to that attack, so do your roll, and you add +2.
Can I use a bonus? Can you use my bonus action to take one of these fairy berries to restore some health? And to happen.
What is your HP at?
Take a roll for it.
Medicine check that. See if you even know.
Oh shit, Kyle.
Nice role playing that one.
I mean, I have to
Of hardcore.
What's my damage roll, Shane?
You roll a d20. Oh, so that 20 plus your. Yeah, you definitely hit. Your damage roll with a axe is 1d12 plus your strength.
Ooh.
So Silas, what are you doing there?
Well, I don't know how low is Kyle.
Take a check.
You can tell. So no, you don't have to necessarily take a check like that. You recognize that he is.
Well, I got stabbed and I got wrangled by some squid things. So I'm not doing too hot.
What's your fucking points, man?
No, I want to try to avoid. He's wounded.
Alright,
I
well,
want to avoid
I'm gonna
point
heal
talk.
So, well, I just want to know if I can take one of these berries. That's all I want.
I would say because your action was to pick up Silas, and then you ran with your bonus action to use the sprint and jump over them. So that was kind of action bonus action. So you could do that next turn if you wanted to. Healing word is a bonus action from you, Silas, so you could still take an action as well.
I will.
Barska, you hit for 4 damage on him.
Nice.
What'd you say, Kyle?
I said I should be fine, but I would also not be upset if you killed me.
Okay, so Barska,
I'm
you,
gonna use my hammer.
all right. So smack your hammer. One of them has like kind of samurai looking armor, and the other one has like gray scaled
Oh
armor.
my god, I thought I critted and then it rolled over to the 2. Right?
Wow. So you're kind of like being buffeted back by the wind as you kind of swing your hammer through it, and the wind's kind of like throwing you off. But Barska's able to whip around, and like the wind is still blowing wildly, so he's able to like get a connect in, but it's not a super clean hit. So one of them takes 4, and we're going to cut to the other 2. So you're facing these goblins here up where you guys are. And Iridanza, as a bonus action, you can change the direction of the wind.
Hold on. Can I just end it?
You can end it if you want to. Or it can just keep going in your whatever direction you want.
So right now it's kind of blowing. So right now it's blowing this way, pushing poor Barkus into the wall with these people.
Can you guys see this arrow that I'm drawing?
Yeah.
Cool, that's useful. So it's blowing currently this way, and really far, like 60 feet, so it's blowing all the way here, and you can change it in any direction you want as a bonus action.
Please don't hit me with it.
I will hit you with it.
No, you would be able to from here. You would be able to from here. Iridanza, you'd be able to hit 2 goblins if you aim it like this way. You could hit 2 of them without hitting any.
No, Colin has super awesome ideas, so you want to do it. So, I am going to. Also, I just learned that Ras, once we hit combat, rolls his own initiative, and although he can attack, he can use his own action.
Yeah. For here, since all of you are grouped, he just kind of acts with you. But in a normal combat scenario, he'd probably have his own initiative.
Okay. So I'm gonna run towards the wind, but as I get closer to where they are, it dissipates. That way they're are relieved and can move freely.
Okay, so you're gonna end the
I
wind.
feel like it's impeding them.
You can also change, you could just blow it here for a while, away from everybody, but you still have it going.
Yeah. Okay. Just in case I still need it. I don't know how long it lasts.
It lasts the full combat, 10 rounds.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'll leave it hurricaning over here.
So it's kind of blowing this way. Not towards, is it blowing here or blowing this way?
Alright, right now I'm gonna just leave it at a wall.
Okay, so blowing at the wall there. And what's your action?
I don't know what's in here. I have no idea what's in here.
Okay, what action are you doing?
So you said Ras can't act as his own.
He's acting with you, so it's same turn.
Okay, well, Ras and I are gonna go help Marcus and try and, well, my initial thought was have Ras distract one of those hobgoblins. That way Marcus can, like, get a better shot, but since he can't do that.
He can. No, he can. He's just moving on your turn, so you can direct him to do that.
Okay. So I'd be staying where I am.
Okay. It would take him 2 turns to get to where Barska is. Or he can...
Okay.
He could dash to get there.
Sorry, I'm wanting to run towards there as well, but have Ras get there before me. That way he can help distract that way he can assist with Barska.
Okay. I'll say with the intention there, you can put him in front of the wind and he would blow really fast that way, increasing his speed so he could get there in time. And then you can redirect the wind to the wall and then move. So you're running there. You can't move as fast as he would be with the wind, so you can't quite get within range. You could use a spell or a ranged attack. You'd be able to hit there. And then, so while you do that, if you decide on using a spell, you see this little lizard, snake-looking creature roll up next to you, Barska. It's like rolling like a little tumbleweed, and then it like kind of sploots out and then gets up. And it's going to give you the help action on your next attack. So your next attack has advantage.
I have another question about Ras. So obviously, I'm sorry. Is it too late to ask questions?
Well, maybe. We're trying to keep things fast, so we're going to say that. So,
this is in regards to him helping.
okay.
So I know Ras is still quite young, but Koibras do have a small amount of venom. Is there any way, like, does he have that yet?
No, that's the help action. So I would flavor it as he like bites him, and the small amount of venom is what gives him the advantage. But he just has the stat block there. So, Colin, you can make your turn while she's deciding on what kind of spell if she decides to use one. So what's your action up there?
I'm not doing a spell. I'm just running.
Okay, so you're running. You can take the dash action then. So you're able to get close. So you're within range. You're next to Barska. The Koibra had rolled up next to him as well, and your wind's just blowing kind of back at an angle while you run, blowing against this wall, like just creating like a little wind tunnel where you guys are at. What's your action there? As everybody left you alone with 4 goblins, what are you doing there?
Alright, so Eddie's pretty reasonably frustrated and getting a little pissed off.
Okay.
Like 4 different surprise stabbings I've had. So I'm gonna whip out my loot, slam my crowbar on the ground, and just say "fuck this" and cast Thunderwave.
All right.
And just make a power chord.
That hits all of them in the direction they're at.
Yeah. So cast spell. Yeah. Okay.
No. I mean,
Oh!
look where he's at compared. He's fighting the 4 goblins there.
Okay, let me explain this. I'm literally so angry that he has this spell because it took Iridon 10 years to perfect the spell such a great, and then some random dumbass falls out of the sky and knows how to cast
You know how long it took me? About 10 seconds of reading a wiki on D&D.
Yeah, thanks, Paul.
Okay, they make Constitution saving throws.
Better now.
Okay, Constitution saving throws. Let me see their Constitution. They don't need any advantage, so I'll roll for them. Blap. What's your spell save DC? It's your Charisma plus 10.
What? Is that a question or a statement?
You. So Charisma's 14, so 4. No, it's plus 4, 10, so they have to beat 4. Okay, so one of them succumbs to the...
My charisma's 18.
Yeah, so it's plus 4, though. Like the modifier at the end.
No, it's plus 6.
No.
Wait, modifier is the same. Okay, sorry, so it's plus 4, sorry.
Yeah, so one of them fails, so takes full damage. And then the other 3 saved, but they take half damage still. So roll your 2d6.
2d6?
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Okay. So as you kind of like, one of them is blasted. The sorcerer at the back is blasted backwards off his feet as he takes the full 4. The other is just kind of like kind of grip their loud ears as they take 2 damage from there, and you're able to use a movement action now, and you still have a bonus action.
So after I do that, they're all like prone a little bit, right? Like they're stunned.
One
I want to-
is, the others are still near you.
I mean, like I can move right without getting.
No, you'd still take attacked.
God damn it!
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2d8, so we're just gonna add roll.
Okay.
Just re-roll the 2d8.
Nice.
Holy shit. Okay, they're all fucking dead. Yeah, that was a max roll. They have 7 HP, so they're all dead.
Wow.
I'll say the sorcerer gets to survive because he's a sorcerer and cooler. So he has a little more HP than the average goblin. So all the others 3, including the one that was crying, holding your feet, are just blasted backwards into the wall, making splat sounds. And
Tell me if it would be possible. Can I, as my like movement bonus action, would I be able to?
Droop's still good. I think Droop's still like kind of
on
fun.
my shoulder or something,
Yeah.
like, right?
Yeah, Droop's with you.
Well, tell me if it's possible for me to use my movement bonus action to like run after the surviving one and just stab him with my dagger while he's prone.
Not with a bonus action there.
Okay.
You could run after the team. You can move anywhere, and you don't provoke an opportunity attack because you're not close.
So, I want to. So he's knocked down, right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is hide like over here in the corner, like behind the door. Right. I want him basically to not know where I am when he gets back up. If I can't finish him off, I don't want to.
Okay, you can run through the. So you can run through the door with the rest of the team. That would give you cover.
No. Okay, yeah, I'll do that, but then I'm going to like hug the wall, so then like if that guy comes back and like steps through the door, he doesn't see me. Like he'll walk past me because I'm like in the corner or like using the door as like cover to LOS him if he walks through the door. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can get there. It's just you don't have the ability to ready another action, so you kind of move through there. And so we'll say that you run through. You can Bardic Inspiration one of your teammates if you wish. You're in range of that. But while you decide that, I'm switching to the Hobgoblins. It's their turn. And they're attacking. One's hitting Barska, like they've kind of, and one's hitting the Elris, and they actually get to use their martial advantage. So if they hit, they do bonus damage because they're fighting together.
Bring it on.
Okay, so one of them hits Barska. With your superior AC, you actually avoid it, Elris. So as he strikes you, like with a calculated strike, it's like a samurai blow, but you're able to like spin your staff and knock it aside. Barska, you get hit, and it's 2d6 plus 1d8. Oh yeah. So 15 damage.
What?
So with his martial advantage, he gets bonus damage to that. So he's able to, like, while the other one is like getting his sword deflected, he actually still, in mid-blow, he's able to redirect his sword blade to, like, knock aside your axe, Barska, which allows the other one to get a straight blow, and he actually, like, makes a clean stab at you, hitting you for 15.
Can I cast? Well, not really. It's not really cast. But can I do reflect damage as a reaction?
Yes.
I will go ahead and do that. Is that? I don't even know if I can take this.
That's your once per short rest, so you've used it for this.
Okay.
So you decide to use that?
I'm not. This is the first time I've ever used it.
Okay, so you decide to use that. So as you're wounded, Barska, as the sword pierces your chest and like you like clutch your side there, the egg on Elris's back, he has a big ass egg on his back if you didn't know that. The egg on his back pulses and then glows, and the hobgoblin that dealt the damage actually looks down and he holds his own chest as he's bleeding, and he actually falls over dead. 15 damage is a lot, guys. Jeez.
Pretty fucked up, Kyle.
Yeah, well, as if he's wounded by his own karmic actions.
Yeah, it was like some nerd.
So the other goblin sorcerer gets up and he runs in. He's like looking, and he actually runs over to this thing. He runs over here. He shouts, "Booyah!"
Booyah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, he rolled. Let me check this. Let me check this chart really quick. Okay, so he casts grease centered on himself. So he just everything around him gets greased up in like this oil, and then he casts the firebolt at the same time, and it causes this dramatic explosion that knocks aside all this shit here. So all this shit is exploded to the side.
Wait, they're there?
Yeah, so over here, because the guy ran over here to try to open it up, and then as he was casting, the fateful twists of the magic weave cast grease on himself, and it caused an explosion from the
That's the door that
flammable.
was barred up.
Yeah, the
right?
door that's barred up has exploded, and
The hair on my neck, my hackles rise, and we need to get out of here.
so you're over here. You guys are all passed inside here. There's one hobo left. It's your guys' action.
He's directly in front of me.
Yeah.
I do a reckless attack save. I get reckless.
Okay.
Snake dude. What's up with him? Is he dead yet, or
Snake dude.
the whole tentacle snake thing?
Oh, he was dead. Yeah, they got him. So you guys didn't really know what it was. As you ran past, you saw this like smashed up corpse of the worm. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do Barska. We're going with Barska. You guys can add in if you want, but Barska has advantage from the snake. Ras had given him advantage, so Ras actually comes over and he bites the hobgoblin with his little tiny teeth, and it's just like a little bit of juice gets put in. The hobgoblin looks down, giving you advantage on your attack, Cody. So what does your reckless attack do?
I think it gives me advantage.
All right, so you have advantage, and you add an additional 2 to the roll.
Okay, so would a 16 hit?
Rat to the rescue.
Roll again. You have to roll advantage, so twice.
Okay.
Wait, actually, so it's a 14 plus 2, 16 plus your strength plus your proficiency plus 5. That's a 21 to hit. It hits.
Nice.
Imagine that.
Yeah, because it's 14 is your natural roll, but because advantage adding 2, and then you have plus 5 to hit in everything because of your strength plus your proficiency. All right,
Thank
so
you, little friend.
roll your damage.
I don't think you even needed his help, honestly.
Yeah, what is with these rolls?
D12 plus 3. So you actually like crack him to the side for like so he's like cut in one way, and you guys, the rest of you, still have actions.
I'd shoot an arrow at him.
All right, do your attack roll. What are you doing, Elris?
Well, I mean, he's just gonna shoot him with an arrow.
I know, but you can do stuff too.
Yeah, but what I wanted to do, he'll probably just.
So
I'm not using the ability, so I still retain my 2 more charges. I'm just shooting like a normal arrow.
okay, the ability he's still marked, so I'd say this is the one that's marked. So roll an additional d6.
Oh, okay.
All right, you got the one, but actually that one does put it over the end. So how do you want to do this, not Elris, Eddie?
So as I draw back my bowstring, time appears slow and everything becomes vividly clear as I zoom in almost like a sniper scope right into the center of his eyeball, pull back, release, and then the camera follows the head of the arrow as it flies through the air, connecting directly with his eye, and he, with no motion at all, just kind of freezes and then falls.
All right, he's down. And then as
Surprised it wasn't a 360 no scope.
you guys stand in front of this,
I do turn around before releasing air.
he does. He 360s. So as you guys are standing in front of this big ornate door, it's like one of the only nice doors in the entire thing. You hear from behind you a extremely loud screeching / hooting sound, and that's where we're gonna end.
I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
I believe that we were at this side
You are.
of the door.
You are.
Right, but then you also said that who exploded over here? How did this thing blow up?
That was the shaman that was alive.
The guy I knocked back,
Yes.
put himself on fire and ran.
He didn't intend to light himself on fire. Actually, rolled. He was trying to cast fire and blow up that stuff, and he cast grease with the wild magic. It greased everything around him.
Happened while we were all in this other room on the left.
It did, yes.
Okay. Okay, and then from the room on the right, we can all hear the screeching. Okay, I understand where everything is.
Okay. I'm gonna give. So you hear the loud hooting screech. We're gonna end there, and
A
you
hooting screech.
a hooting screech. I don't know. You guys don't know. What's that?
Sounds like
You can decide now. It might be fun with fresh in your mind.
I feel like I should be, because I'll probably
Okay.
get my name.
And I'm gonna quick. So while you guys think about that, do your votes. You guys get 10 EXP for navigating with your little crazy ass band through it,
Yeah,
and then
our band.
the fights with the hobgoblins, respectively. I'll do 20 EXP, so 30 EXP totally for getting through that part of the section there.
I'm at 90.
I'm
Close.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
Dang.
60 because I got, yeah,
Did you gain any XP from your like side mission machine where you were running around the
I
board?
never picked a, like, I never picked 2 items. From
You said you wanted a shell necklace and a key.
Yes.
So you have the shell necklace and a key. You were also in debt because you didn't have any money, so you're in debt to.
No, I do have money, but I didn't know. I was doing wedding stuff and everything at the same time as I was
All right. How much money did you have?
In total, including all copper, silver, and gold, I have 98.
98 gold or 98?
Just including it all. It's going to be a total. I have 83 gold, 125 silver, 265 copper.
Oh damn! So you did have money. Okay, subtract 40 gold, and that should actually cover it. Well, 40 for one of them, and then I'll say 20 for the other because you got 2. And you don't know what they do until someone identifies them. We are ending there. We're probably going to wrap up so we can do questions. But quick votes, play of the game.
If Colin wins it, he has to do his acceptance speech in that accent.
I vote for both Shane and Ras for giving me the knowledge of little Ras running up to help this big naked man, and he just sploots and is like, ah!
He sploots?
Yeah,
He did sploot. That was the verb I used.
Yeah, he in my mind it sounded like he slipped, fell on his belly and looked up and was like, hey.
Yeah. All right. So we got one for. Who'd you say it was, Marissa?
Colin.
One for Colin. One that was just to me, I guess, but I don't accept votes. All right. So
So I think I just went by the
Cody and everyone's voting. Everyone's voting.
Okay. Beautiful people, I love the earlier speakers. I feel honored to be here today with my friends such a family. I had a blast playing with you. I couldn't pick up more beautiful people to spend my Sunday night.
I love it. Oh my god.
Hate is you're gonna hate, but you don't get caught. You keep going, you keep fighting, and you just shut them down. You don't let them put you down.
Don't let him put you down, Cody. Don't let him.
No, the thing I'm upset about is it took me years to learn. No, don't laugh.
All right. Eddie.
It makes me legitimately upset that my character's backstory was from the age of 9. She's been learning all these intricate thunderstorm water spells, and then some random guy falls from the sky and all of a sudden knows how to do it within a level.
Well, no, I learned it.
Please don't ever interrupt me.
in my real world.
Don't interrupt me.
No, you're
I'm
neglecting my backstory.
All right, that's just her character. So her character's mad at you and jealous, and your character just is clueless.
I'm mad that you did that.
I'm mad that you're telling me I just can't cast my spell when I.
No. I think her character's upset at you. She's not upset at you. Her character's upset at your character. So
Why are you upset at me, Dave?
no, yeah. So person is not, character is. Okay, so we, Eddie, you get inspiration there, and I gotta give. You get double inspiration, Eddie, for that accent. The only time I'm gonna give out double inspiration there. So
Really?
I forgot we had inspiration.
inspiration does wear out. I'll say if you don't use your inspiration at the end, I'll think of some little tiny bonus you get.
Alright.
So, roll a quick roll a d12.
Me?
No, it was for the one who didn't get to use their inspiration there.
Oh.
Eddie used... No, it was Cody used his inspiration. No, Barsky did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he used it, and it still
How do I
burned.
mark double inspiration?
Oh.
Because you stole my life's training.
No, how do I write it?
Attachment.
Like on my character sheet, how do I like signify
Just remember.
Remember?
What
Okay.
do I-
Yeah, maybe put in your class
You want
features
the
just
rules
a D12 really quick.
Oh, 2.
Okay, so you found 2 gold. Just kind of like as you were invisible, kind of like searching around, you were able to kind of like, ooh, a penny, and you picked up 2 gold on your way. That was your inspiration. Okay. All right, we're gonna it was getting a little late with that, so we'll end it there. If you guys have questions, you can ask to the little thingy there. Eddie, you got double inspiration, so yeah. Just remember, just make sure you have all your HP. Make sure you have all your HP and class resources and everything marked, and we'll pick up next time right at the door there.
I don't know how many more spells left. I only used one, so how many do you use? Level 2 or 3 now or whatever.
You have 3 level. Wait, not 3. I don't know. If you look up cleric, it'll have like a little chart that says exactly how many spell slots you have.
I'm just so confused by the concept of spell slots. Like, how many can I use a day? Like
Let me check
my
really quick.
thinking is, oh, you can use 1 spell from, level 2 spells, and then 2 from level 1 spells.
So you have two slots at level 2. So think of them like a little progressive thing. So you have. It's almost like it gives you a different holster to hold your little spell bullets, bigger bullets. So that you have 2 level 2 slots. You've used 1. So you have 1 level 2 slot left. You didn't use any level 1 spells, so you have 4 level 1 spells left. Does that kind of come across?
Yes.
You have a little... Yeah, you have a little cool thing, though, where you can burn some spells if you read the description. If you use a level 1 spell, you can upgrade it by shooting it with a bigger bullet, and it'll get a bonus effect for casting it to level 2. So you can like supercharge your level 1 spells to give them extra effects.
And also, it's not per day; it's actually per long rest.
Yes.
And then they come back. Huh? Well, you specifically said use spells per day in your question. So
But that's because it is how it's worded there. But it's just because days in the regular game is long rest, but I'm stretching encounters out to make more sense. So instead of trying to throw 5 encounters at like every day at you guys, which was ridiculous, we're just stretching it. Okay, let me check something really quick. And then Barska, you have a certain amount of rages. You've used 1, so if you double check your thing, you can put in your class resources. All right, put in your class resources. It's a nice way to keep track of those. Same thing, Colin, for your bardic inspirations, which is really a good way.
I have 1 left still.
Okay, so we'll just keep track of that shit, and then yeah, I think we're good with that.
I think my character is just pretty much useless this entire interaction. I probably should have just done homework instead.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know, I felt like I did nothing.
You did the wins thing, and you.
I mean, most of it was roleplay shit through here, but also you did, if you wanted to do more stuff, you did have more, like 4 level 1 slots. Those are your like all your level 1 spells.
Yeah, there's no like vulnerable that I like. If I use too many in one combat, like the next one we find, it's just like, well.
That is the tension.
Try it.
Yeah, that's just the tension. It is a battle of resources, so you have to decide: do I burn them now? Do I burn them later? So, like, while you might not have done much this turn, your allies were able to kind of push through. So maybe next round, next like fight, you might have your full like thing. So you held back your resources, and next time you might be able to go. They call it going Nova, where you can just burn all your shit at once.
I kind of want to preserve some of that sanity.
You want to look at the Grick?
Oh, the monster.
The monster.
But I don't know. I have a spell called Purify, but like I kind of just like I don't know. It just feels interesting. Like it has like I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
think-
stupid.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think we should have a Marissa's character take a look too. There's like alchemy shit she can make out of her skin or
This is
saliva.
what I wanted to do.
Right, no, I'm just like going along with what you're saying.
I feel kind of useless.
I think
I've
everyone.
definitely felt that way with Silas before too, and as far as like not wanting to use your spells and stuff, I would say just use them. Like I was being really conservative with all my potions and stuff, and that's what made me feel super useless. Cause I had these things, but I never fucking used them.
Well, I had a cool idea, but Colin cried about it and made me give in.
Well, I mean, you can literally just tell Colin, no, this is what I'm gonna do. It's your character. If you want to do it, you can go ahead and just do it.
Okay, well, okay. No, my only thing with that, I only bring this up because you worded what you worded exactly like that 3 seconds ago. Is I turned to her and said, "Hey, babe, I'm going to use this spell to try to walk away from me." And she's like, "No, you can't do that. I'm going to cast the exact same spell you just described, except I can do it and you can't." And that made me kind of mad.
Literally, my first spell was to push people away, so I could use that. But then you wanted to use it, and I'm like, I've literally trained my entire life.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get into that stuff to where it's just players shouldn't get mad at other players for doing actions and cool things. So like everyone should encourage everybody else with their cool ideas and not get mad when someone else has a cool idea. Like you could have both used the same Thunder Wave. So if you both used the same Thunder Wave, you could have done a Slam Jam combo, just bam bam Thunder Wave. And also, by not using Thunder Wave, you have it next turn as well. Next round, you'll have it.
But I don't hurt you, so like.
I thought we hurt each other. It's not friendly fire was on.
But it's like if he knocks them back, you can run up in the space that he moved them and then do it again. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. But it's just I don't want people getting angry at each other for like ideas like that. It should be everyone's encouraging everybody else.
Shut this computer off. Why is capture a thing?
All right. But why is capture a thing?
I can't get my fucking Steam password because it keeps saying your response to the captcha appears to be invalid.
Marissa doesn't know what buses look like.
Times.
She's like, pick all the buses, and she doesn't know what a bus looks like.
No, come here, do this, Shane. Come here,
All
do
right,
it.
let me go solve. I'm a human. She's a robot. Let me go solve
Do
this.
it.
Yeah, it's like when the
Fucking do it.
headlight of
It's
the
gonna
bus
tell you
leads
to-
off the one
It really is
square,
bus
like,
It is?
That's where too, or like, or does that
Alright.
headlight not count
That's
as
a
a
school
bus?
bus.
Yeah,
Good night, you guys.
People, good night, folks.
Yeah, I know that it
Good
takes
night,
more
good
options to
night.
pick that again. See you, Cody. And then watch, that's gonna be a bus too. You click it. It's not gonna be a bus this time.
Wow,
Then
you're
you
actually doing all this
verify?
shit.
The
Wait,
verify?
well, one of these has to be a bus then if you've messed up.
No, none of those are buses. Look. Verify.
Well, if I'm doing
Verify.
I know. If I'm going the same route you are, then one of these is a bus that you've missed. So I'm gonna say that this is a blurry ass bus, and we'll see what happens. Sure. Crosswalk. There's no crosswalk.
There's no crosswalks, so skip it.
Maybe these have squares. Traffic lights as well. This is a really long captcha.
Yeah, it is. And I've had to do this like 3 times. No, like 10 times, actually, because I keep being like, oh, maybe I just fucking missed something.
This is really fucking weird.
Don't. Okay, go next.
This is really fucking weird. I've never seen one last this long.
Right? See, and then it says, please try again. It's like, what the fuck? And then when I finally get a check mark, I hit search,
Let's just
and it says this, your response to capture
cancel
appears to be
it.
invalid.
Why? You forgot your password?
Well, because I'm trying to get fucking Fortnite, because Eric wants to play tomorrow. And, like, so I'm like, oh, I use my Steam account to sign in. And then I'm like, wait, what's my fucking Steam account password? Because I'm not logged in, or I'm automatically logged in, so I don't know what it is.